Kiss 92.5 Studios in Toronto, Canada.
Are you ready?
Ladies and gentlemen,
this is Roz and Mocha.
It's Roz and Mocha. What's going on?
Hey, I'm Shawn Mendes.
This is Selena Gomez.
Drizzy Drake.
Taylor Swift.
Post Malone.
Camila Cabello.
This is Ed Sheeran.
You're listening to my boys Roz and Mocha.
Right here. Turn up.
My boys Roz and Mocha.
The Roz and Mocha Show.
I can feel.
Between Roz and Mocha, who is your favorite?
Roz. Mocha. Roz and Mocha. You guys are so funny, man.
$20,000. Are you seeing that? Are you seeing that?
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Powered by Air Transat.
There's a hashtag trending that I just got lost in right now, which is pastimes from the 90s.
Yeah. Love it. Hold on, let me put down my Tamagotchi.
Three-way calling. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
I never knew enough people to three-way call.
No.
Every now and then somebody would three-way call me, but I never three-way called somebody, because you think that my dad was going to pay for that service?
Yeah,
that was like
absolutely
that was like $4 a month.
Yeah.
Three-way calling.
We didn't have that. It took us forever just to get call waiting.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's another one.
Oh, yeah.
And then, like, when all my friends got the phone that had the call display.
Yeah.
Remember the big black, like, they have them in offices. The big rectangle black phones, right?
100%.
I was like, Dad, can we get that? I was like, no, our phone works perfectly fine.
No, and that's when your parents treated your house like an H&R Block, like it was an office, because when everybody got answering machines, it was like, it took a lot of years before they started letting kids record the outgoing message.
Oh, yeah.
It was very serious. It was like your mom or your dad, and then every now and then the kid got to go like, hello, you've reached the house of Ralph and Diana Weston. And then I'd go, and Roz, please leave him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you were only allowed to say your name. Like, you couldn't be a part of it.
You couldn't be the star of the message. Absolutely not. Yeah.
No, you couldn't. People don't understand that anymore.
I love that you had to explain at the sound of the beep, leave a message, like nobody knew
Yes.
Yeah.
No, hell no.
I spent so much time back in the day researching how to get music on hold, because I really wanted, when people called me, to put them on hold and they had like a radio station playing. So
How did you have hold on your phone?
There was a hold button on we had like the phone that came with the service. Like, it was a Meridian phone and there was a hold button. So I tried really hard to figure
rich.
Would you live in a Kinko's? You had a hold button on your phone?
Yeah.
You know what the hold button on my phone was? Putting the receiver in my armpit and whispering to my friend. Like, that's
So
what
you
the
never
hold
had
button
like a
was.
little radio set up and you'd put the phone in front of the radio and walk away for a while just so people thought you were special because you had music?
More.
Wow.
Honestly, bro. You need. I know. We say now it's 2020, and I'm like, you need a friend. But like,
You needed a friend.
You really needed a friend.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
You know what we haven't done in a while?
What's that?
Read some of the reviews that we get from Apple Podcasts.
Oh yeah, do that.
Thank you to everyone who took the time to get on Apple Podcasts and just like write these reviews and give the 5-star ratings. We love it.
Mm-hmm.
We appreciate it. Wendy202 wrote, best thing ever as a subject line, 5 stars. I have podcasts installed just for the Roz and Mocha Show.
Wow.
Episode 35 is hands down the best one. Thanks in advance. Episode 35, by the way, is the one dedicated to just the Dammits. All things the Dammits. People love that episode.
Yeah.
Smooth, cool dude lover.
Oh, stop it.
Said the podcast is awesome. I love this podcast, and the smooth, cool dude is my favorite. Sorry, Mocha. That's okay.
Stop it. People are awful. They really
Dario
are.
591 says, y'all always make me laugh and lift my spirits, and I love hearing all of the things you have to say. You guys are awesome. Keep it up. P.S. Shut up, Maury.
Oh, wow. I don't know why that's funny to hear. It just hurt Maury's feelings real bad, but I don't know why. That made me laugh.
Rate Dr. Diva 211223 wrote, subject line, love the show. Also gave 5 stars, so thank you very much for that. This show has helped me deal with the crazy commute to work, but this show is helping me deal with my anxiety, depression, and PTSD because I lost my mom a little over 2 months ago. I'm having a rough time, and at least this show helps me deal with this. As well, I am sick with Crohn's disease, and I had 2 hospital trips with infections. It means so much to me, and Roz is a good guy, and I wish I had a dad like you. That's real nice.
I'm a good guy?
Yeah.
Wow.
Just P. Morrison said, you guys are my absolute favorite people. You make me laugh so hard and make my days so much brighter. I'm so beyond grateful for the podcast. I listen in the car, the shower, at work, when I'm cooking, basically 24/7. I can't live a life without Mocha's laugh, Roz's opinions, and Maury's wheeze. I love you guys, and I hope you reach your 20-year anniversary on the show. So thank you to everyone who took the time to write these reviews. If you haven't done so and you want to, we love reading them both on and off the podcast. You can do that through Apple Podcasts.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
So I watched that UFC fight on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
And
So did I on Twitter.
Did you? I got the pay-per-view.
Oh, you bought it?
Let me tell you what I did, though.
Okay.
You know how we're not allowed to shame people anymore?
Yeah.
Right? Where I disagree with that. I think you should still be, I think we could all use a little shame.
Sure.
Every now and then.
Okay.
So here's what happened. I go to the pay-per-view listings.
Yes.
Because I want to watch the fight. And I see that there's like an HD version and then like an SD version, I guess. I don't know. To me, what's the big deal, right? I don't care. One is like $59 and then one is like $70. Or like, it's like $60 and $70. It's the difference between $10. And I'm so cheap that I'm like, okay, I'm going to just get the $60 one. So I hit order on it and comes through. And like, it's not even that it's just like SD. It's smaller than my television.
Well, yeah.
No, normally it's just a downgraded feed.
No,
right?
it's...
Yes, always. Oh,
because you always order
always,
SD. Okay.
Yes,
All right.
always. This was smaller than my television. And then so I have to make it bigger. And the picture quality that was offered for $60 was absolutely 100% unacceptable to be broadcast anywhere. It should be illegal to broadcast that picture quality and charge somebody $60 for it. Right? I was so pissed off. And you know me, normally, I've never watched a Blu-ray in my life because I don't care, right?
Okay.
It's fine. Regular TV looks good enough. It's so pretentious when somebody needs like
but regular
Ultra
TV
4K Blu-ray, everything else. It's
that's
so
me.
pretentious.
I need it.
It's so pretentious.
No, give it to
Nobody
me. Give
needs
it to
that.
me. Yeah, no, I do.
Nobody needs that.
It's got to be that crystal clear.
No, nobody needs that. So there I am. I spent $60 on this thing.
Yeah.
And don't I hit guide, go up one station and buy the one for $70?
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did. Okay? So
So you're in it now for $130.
$130. Okay? $130 is what I spent. And the fight was 40 seconds.
Yeah. Oh, you got ripped off. And then watch it for free on Twitter, bro. You got screwed.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Josh Gad, who we know as Olaf, of course, from Frozen and Frozen 2.
Yeah.
A huge Star Wars fan. And over the years, he's gone viral and he's made some really, really great fun videos with his friend Daisy Ridley, who plays Rey in the Star Wars movies, where he was like trying to get info out of her and get spoilers out of her and ask her questions. And they were really great. Like those videos that they did together, they're really great together. And they were a whole lot of fun. And I guess he was on Conan last night, Conan O'Brien. And he was talking about how, because like his dream is to just like go to set, right?
Yeah.
Like go and see them shooting Star Wars.
Any Star Wars fan, Star Wars nerd would have the same dream, even if it's for like 2 minutes. Just to be there.
And as a fan, it would be incredible because the only thing we were all waiting was how are they going to end Star Wars? Like what is the sort of big secret? How are they going to wrap this up?
Yeah.
40 years.
Their big grand finale.
So this is Josh Gad on Conan and warning, spoiler alert.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I get a phone call from my friend Daisy Ridley, and she goes, so I'm on the set of Star Wars, and I would love to have you come visit. And I was shooting in London, and I was like, oh my God, yes. And finally, on the last day that they were shooting, I said, can I come? And she goes, well, Josh, she's British, so this is my impression of Daisy. She goes, well, Josh, it's a closed set, so I'm not sure if you can come today. And I said, okay, well, that sucks. But she goes, let me talk to JJ. She calls me up, and she goes, I don't know how or why, but JJ wants you to come today.
That's nice.
So I'm like, great. So I go, and I'm so excited to see like a like them getting onto like the Millennium Falcon or just like something like crazy.
Right.
And I get there. And Ian McDiarmid is in his Palpatine outfit.
Oh my God.
This next part is going to be a spoiler alert for those of you who have not seen Star Wars. So I'm there, and the first dialogue that comes out of his mouth is, "You are my granddaughter."
While you're there.
While I'm there. I was f***ing pissed.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Being a Star Wars fan your entire life, and your dream come true to visit while they're filming the movie.
Yeah. And that's what you see.
Before you actually get a chance to even see, and
at that point, nobody knew anything about the movie.
And you're months and months and months away from seeing the movie. Oh no, that sucks.
I love it.
Here we go.
The Roz and Mocha Show
Podcast.
Do I have time to do this Thomas Markle thing real quick with you?
Absolutely.
Did you see this documentary? So Thomas Markle, Meghan Markle's dad's still doing interviews, and every time, man, like this guy does something.
Man, he loves his daughter.
Oh, it's just like,
yo, fam, shut your face.
It's just so.
Stop talking.
It's just so terrible. So we know that Meghan and Harry had sued a publication in the UK for publishing parts of the letters exchanged between Thomas Markle and Meghan Markle. So that lawsuit was going on, and if you remember, during the whole lead up to the wedding, he wasn't invited. He faked all those pictures with the paparazzi, and then he started doing interviews, and it was just a mess. It's just a mess. So they do a documentary on Thomas Markle last night in the UK called Thomas Markle, My Story.
Oh, God.
As if people were clamoring for that. But so here's clip number 1. Here are his opinions on how Harry and Meghan, with them bailing on the royal family, how they've cheapened the monarchy.
This is like one of the greatest long living institutions ever. They're destroying it. They're cheapening it. They're making it shabby. They're turning it into a Walmart with a crown on it now. It's not. It's something that's ridiculous. They shouldn't be doing this.
What do you say? They're turning
it into a Walmart with a crown. suddenly Thomas Markle's a monarchist.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What does he think? That he's going to get like backup now from the Queen?
Oh,
Be like, Thomas, you were so right.
Okay. I'm going to play you.
Would you like to live with us from now on?
I'm going to play you clip number 2, and I'm going to warn you right now that the last couple of words he says in clip number 2, you're going to want to isolate and then play over and over and over again. But this is Thomas Markle talking about his current relationship with Meghan Markle.
They owe me. The royals owe me.
Oh my God.
Harry owes me. Meghan owes me.
You better not say Archie owes me.
What I've been through, I should be rewarded for. My daughter told me that when I reach my senior years, she'll take care of me.
But
I'm in my senior years now. I'm 75 years old. So it's time to look after Daddy.
okay, hold on. That's so weird. That's so weird. That's so weird. Why you gotta say that, Thomas?
It's time to look after Daddy. Time to look after Daddy.
Yeah, it's time to look after Daddy.
Time to look after Daddy.
That's so weird.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Air Transat has direct daily flights to London, England.
Yeah,
I wonder if Harry and Meghan know that.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? Quick flight over there.
That's it.
Haven't been in a while.
You think they're going back? Well, listen, Harry, Meghan, if you are thinking about going back, we suggest highly reaching out to Air Transat because they'll get you there and they'll get you there in style. And, going back home, we don't have to tell you how magical London is, okay?
But you can even go as like a tourist.
Okay,
right?
yeah.
Just pretend that you're a tourist.
Exactly. What about Harry and Meghan exploring some of the majestic castles that London has?
Oh, wow. I'm sure they've never experienced that before.
Put on like a fake wig and like a rubber nose. Go out and do some fish and chips. Enjoy the local pubs. Do it all. London is made for tourists.
You can do everything by foot, by bus, by metro, even boat. Each of them offering a unique view of the city. Plus, Transat. This is fantastic. I love this. Transat offers multi-city packages to enjoy cities in and around England. Go to airtransat.com for more details.
Yeah. The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Line 1. Hello, it's the Roz and Mocha Show. You are on the air.
Hi, Mocha.
Wow.
Yo, who's this?
It's Senchu.
All right, Senchu, what's going on?
Nothing much. I'm just on my way to work, and I was wondering if you guys can play 5 and 7.
Oh, man, we haven't played that in a bit, huh?
No, it's true.
Have we played it this year yet? No, we haven't, right? No. Wow.
I don't think so.
Yeah, we can do that.
Give us a couple minutes. We'll get everything kind of set up.
Okay.
Senchu, are there any categories that you really, really enjoy that you would like to hear in today's version of 5 and 7?
Ooh,
TV
5 things I love about Roz.
Yeah, 5 things I love about Roz.
I don't even think you could come up with that, Maury. And you really love me. I still think you would choke.
Oh, my goodness.
All right, give us a couple minutes, okay, Senchu?
Okay, thanks, Mocha.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Here we go!
This is 5 and 7.
Yes. 5 and 7, very easy. Hello, Dammit Maury.
Hello.
We will ask Dammit Maury to name 5 things. He has 7 seconds to name those 5 things. I will be reading the questions. Mocha, you will be the official judge and timekeeper.
Yep.
Dammit Maury, are you ready?
Yes.
Here we go. Maury, name 5 things we normally use once and then throw away.
Okay, condom, Kleenex, chicken breast. I don't know why.
Loser.
Okay.
What? Explain chicken breast.
I was just picture like you eat it.
Okay.
And it's done.
Okay. Condom. What was the second one?
Kleenex.
Kleenex and chicken breast.
You're disgusting, man.
That is the grossest purse ever. Okay. Dammit Maury, are you ready?
Yeah.
No, wait. You have to tell him what you would have accepted.
Yeah. Condom I would have accepted. A dental floss, a straw, toothpick, Ziploc bags, although we should try and reuse them, but, I would have put that on the list as well.
Not chicken breast.
Not chicken breasts.
Okay.
Dammit Maury, are you ready? All right. Maury, name 5 organs.
Oh, okay. French organ, the Hammond B3 organ, organ grinder.
Okay. I would have accepted lungs.
Oh.
Liver.
You weren't calling that.
Bladder.
Who wasn't talking about the musical instrument?
I thought it was like.
Oh, wow. Okay. Dammit Maury.
Oh, my God.
But if you were accepting organs.
Yes, then that would also not have counted. Aside from Justin Trudeau, name 5 Canadian prime ministers.
Okay, Pierre Elliott Trudeau, Stephen Harper, oh, wow. Okay, and Kim Campbell.
Loser.
Pierre Elliott Trudeau, Harper, Kim Campbell, Jean Chrétien, Mulrooney, Paul Martin, Joe Clark.
Mulrooney.
Any of those would have been fine. Dammit Maury.
Yes.
Name 5 words that rhyme with butter.
Sputter, cutter, father. No.
Loser.
What was that last one you said?
like hello father, hello mother.
Here I am at Camp Butter.
Were you trying to say father and mother?
No. Hello father, hello mother.
Okay, here we go. We're going to finish out 5 and 7 with this.
What are the words that rhyme with butter?
Oh,
Am I
do I have
wrong?
to tell you flutter, gutter, mutter, putter, shutter? Like, you can go on and on and on.
Father?
No.
Okay.
Dammit Maury. Name 5 body parts in French.
Wow, this is tough. Penai, no.
Loser.
What is a penai?
Your penis?
What?
Your penis?
I think you also just say, like, arms.
Are you taught this?
Yes. Can you name any body part in French? What's your head? What's your head in French?
I have no idea.
What's your head? You have never heard it before?
No.
It's
so interesting you asked this because I don't know.
You've never heard tete?
Oh, patatat. Yeah.
Say it again.
Patatat.
And that's how you play 5 and 7.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hello?
Hi, is this Marissa?
It is.
It's Roz and Mocha.
No, it's not.
It is. How you doing, girl?
Hi.
Okay, so Marissa sent us a text last night when we weren't here, Roz.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why I'm following up, because we just want to make sure you're okay. Because this is what Marissa wrote. I need to thank you guys. I had a really rough day and knew my commute home from Oakville to Hamilton would be full of tears. I listen to your podcast whenever I'm driving, even if it's just to the corner store. Tonight, no different than any other commute. I plugged in my phone and listened. Not one tear shed because you guys had me laughing like always. I needed that today. Thank you for being there for me today. You guys are awesome.
Wow. What happened?
A guy that I've been into for like 2 years just like said he had a girlfriend, and I got really stupidly upset about it.
Fair enough. That's not stupid. Your feelings aren't stupid. That sucks.
It's true. I've been single for 11 years, like ready to move past this, and yeah, it just wasn't a good day.
So you were liking this guy for 2 years. Did anything happen within that 2 years or no?
Not much. Like we would talk online all the time, and we met up a couple times, but it was just something that was always ongoing.
Yeah.
Like someone to always talk to you, or like you always had the hope that you were going to hang out. So now that he has a girlfriend, I'm like, oh, so yeah, that's never going to happen.
Were you sort of pining for this guy, like just waiting for him to come around?
I knew we'd never date, but like I knew that we would hang out.
Oh, I gotcha.
But did he ever not try to make the moves, but like, did he ever kind of lead you to believe that he was into you, or it was a straight up friendship and you're the one that caught the feelings?
No, 100% he was into me. Like I knew we were into each other in like a like I would never date the guy, but I liked him and I liked hanging out with him and being casual with him. Mm-hmm. And so I've been single for 11 years. I'm 31. I just found out my younger brother's having a baby, and I just like going through that, you know.
That sucks.
When's my turn?
Yeah, it sucks.
Oh, girl.
It sucks. I get it.
So what happened?
Terrible.
So he told you that he's got a girlfriend, not to bring up old stuff, but he told you that he has a girlfriend, and how long had they been dating?
Like literally it must have just happened over the Christmas break.
Yeah. Okay. So at least he had the decency to tell you like when it happened.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, like he doesn't owe me anything. No. He's, good for him. I was just kind of bummed out about the whole thing.
Now, if he hits a rough patch with a girlfriend and calls you up and says, hey, you want to, like the booty call, what do you do?
He's blocked and deleted. I can't
there you go, Marissa.
That's how we do it.
We are so proud of you, girl. We are so proud of you.
Make
That's
that
amazing.
Clean break.
Yeah, I can't do it anymore. These like 2 years of games, and he's not worth it, and goodbye.
Good for you.
Hell yeah. So, thank you for listening to the podcast.
Thank you guys so much.
I'm sorry you had a crappy night last night, and we're happy that we were the ones to be able to put a smile on your face and help take your mind off of things.
Always. Every time I'm in my car, I'm listening to you guys. So
you're the best.
The podcast has saved my commute like crazy. And I love Maury, so make sure you say hi to Maury.
We will. Okay. He's waving right now. He's actually not.
Oh, thanks, Maury.
Now he is.
He's nodding. He's nodding.
Oh, he's nodding.
Yes, he's nodding. Yes.
All right, Marissa, you be good, and I hope everything works out for you. And again, lots of love your way.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Now you just made my day, so this is perfect.
Oh, between Roz and Mocha, who's your favorite?
Oh, I always wanted to answer this. So I wouldn't love one of you more than the other because you guys are the best together.
But that's not the question I asked.
I know. I don't know. I can't. I guess I'll go with Roz.
Oh, thanks.
I guess.
Your enthusiasm is no wonder you got dumped.
Oh my God, dude! Dude, go on, man.
No, it's because I didn't want to choose.
You're the best. Thank you so much.
Love you lots, Marissa.
I love you all equally. Goodbye.
That's great. Bye-bye, hon.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
I don't think that we are ever going to get new music or an album from Rihanna. I think we're done with that.
You think so?
Yeah. I think she's done with that. I've given up.
Wow.
And I'll tell you why. She is so...
She's got too much going on.
Busy with her Fenty beauty product line.
Mm-hmm.
And she is making so much money.
Yeah.
Like, that is now her career.
Yeah.
The makeup game.
Yeah.
That is her career. We are never going to get another album or a song.
When was it supposed to happen? Like when? Like realistically, like when was it supposed to happen?
I'm pretty sure. Wasn't it supposed to happen in like 2018?
When was her last full album?
I'll have to look that up. It's been so long I can't even remember.
Like when was the last proper, this is a full release album?
2018, wasn't it? No. 2017?
2016 was
2016?
2016.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy? And then remember she was supposed to do like the double album. One was going to be like one side was going to be, one portion of it was going to be all dance hall.
Yeah.
And the other one was going to be straight up R&B.
That was the story anyway.
That was the story.
Yeah.
But I think she's just making way too much money. I would be surprised if she comes back to music. But she released a video yesterday on her Instagram as a makeup tutorial on how to apply or technique to apply one of her mascaras that she has.
Okay.
You know, she's so funny because she just can't keep a straight face.
Right.
With some of the wording that she's using.
So is this words that she has to say, or is this just like sort of her
she's
being
just
her?
like her being her.
Gotcha.
And it
Okay,
just
cool.
ends
Okay.
up like a train wreck.
Okay.
But thinking about it, I think I would react the exact same way. I feel like Rihanna and I both have the same kind of personality.
Today is all about full frontal mascara. There's that angle, there's the flat angle, and then there's this really sharp angle on the side where you can get really deep into detail. And I'm gonna show you how we go from the flat to the fat. I'm gonna start with the flat side. I'm really just trying to get in between all of my lashes, like especially at the base. But now I want some length, so I'm now gonna go to the fat side, and I'm just gonna base it on there. And I can go to the edges. I can make them really fat, thick, and long.
And then right here.
So childish. I didn't mean to. When I go to the middle, I like to stroke upwards. Anyways, guys, this is what I do, all right? When I get to the middle, I just like to take the tip of the brush. I like to take the tip of the brush and just stroke upwards.
This is what you can't keep a straight face.
The tip of this brush is really safe, so you can go as wild as you want, especially on the inner corners. Is this bad? I mean every word that I say. Oh my gosh, it sounds so bad.
So make it fat and long and stroke it upwards and make sure you get the tip into the inner corners.
There you go, you got it.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Yesterday, if you follow DJ Khaled on IG, you'll see he posted like stories and photos and video. He was in Toronto and he was kicking it at Drake's place. I don't know if they're working on music together for Khaled's new album or if it's going to be for Drake's new album, but he was posted up at Drake's place. They were playing basketball, and this is like a day after, I think it was, the day after the birth of his.
I was going to say, didn't he just have a kid?
Yeah, his wife just gave birth to their second son like 3 days ago.
The picture he posted of that was amazing, by the way.
Which one? He posted like...
No, it was the picture where his kid,
Like 4 or 5?
his kid was born. His wife had just gone through hell, and the picture he posted was him high-fiving her doctor.
Oh, yeah, that one, yeah. Hands up in the air and everything. But he was everywhere yesterday, and like enough pictures of Drake, and then he went to a place called Chubby's Jamaican restaurant.
Yeah.
On Portland in downtown Toronto. And man, this guy loves this place so much.
Toronto, I love this spot right here. Chubby's, real Yardman food is. Real. No. Food is incredible here. I love this spot. Food here, incredible. Yardman thing there.
And then he just hopped back on his private jet and flew back home.
Bro, could you just like for 1 second imagine?
Yes, I can.
No, you can't. Could you imagine if your wife just had a kid?
Oh, this.
And 2 days later, you're like, listen, I'm going to head up to Toronto. I'm going to go hang at Drake's place, play some basketball, go to my favorite restaurant, which the food is great, babe. Like, oh my God, when you get better and those scars heal, like you will love it. Yeah. I'll bring you there one day. Anyway, see you Friday.
Yeah.
Could you imagine?
I know. No. I can't. That part I can't. I thought you were going to say being able to have access to a private jet, fly into a city, kick it for the day, and then fly back home.
No. Just imagine that. Like, even if you did, right? Like, even if you did.
But
like,
doesn't he want to be home?
But even if you had to go.
Like
even
for
if,
work.
if it
Okay,
was mandatory.
let's say this is work purposes.
I still wouldn't post something on social because my wife is going to see that.
Right. I would be like, babes, I went there. Drake has a studio in his place.
Cold.
We were just like, oh, it was freezing out there. There's still snow on the ground. And we were working on like so much music. I got some stuff for Drake's album. I got some stuff for my album.
But I'm going to tell you,
I'll be right back home.
I know, but you weren't with me. And you know what I'm like when you're not there? I'm just not inspired. I'm not even happy about the real sessions. It was a mistake. I'm so glad to be home.
He was out, and when you look at his IG, he was out everywhere taking pictures in front of the CN Tower.
Crazy. Don't do that.
Right? Like, pictures and video of him just like playing ball.
You can't do that, man.
At Drake's magnificent basketball court
is
in
a
his
luxury
mansion.
That civilians don't have.
Right? Going to this Jamaican restaurant where he's like, oh my God, I'm so full, guys. This is my favorite spot.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And he was like crew deep. He had like so many of his friends with him.
Yeah, and not even like, maybe I got you a to-go container.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like nothing.
It's like, everyone in Toronto, I love this place so much. You should really try it out.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
How are you?
I'm good.
Oh, okay. I'm not allowed to be polite and ask you how you're doing?
No, that's fine. I got no problem with politeness. I quite enjoy civility. You know me. Maury.
How are you?
Oh, God.
I was going to tell you a story that was the most glorious thing ever the other day when I was at boot camp.
You were at the gym.
No.
It's not boot camp.
Okay, so you're at the gym and what happened?
Okay, so I'm in a class at the gym and we all have to do something, okay? So he said the next thing.
Exercise?
Exercise. And the next instruction was to do
How to set a claymore?
Sorry, what now?
How to set a claymore?
How to what now?
Okay, never mind.
Skull crushers.
Weapons training?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Skull crushers.
Hand to hand?
No, not hand to hand.
Okay, cool. Go ahead.
It says boot camp in the name.
Okay, yeah, it's not boot camp. It's a gym. You're not learning how to...
I was doing the next move, right?
Yeah.
Parachute out of a plane into enemy fire. It's not boot camp.
It says it in the name.
Yeah, it's fine. Whatever. Go ahead. Boot camp's a thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Go ahead.
I'm doing the next move.
Yeah.
And the instructor, Darcy, says, everybody look at Maury. He's doing it right. Follow Maury.
That's exactly when you screw it all up, right?
No, but in the moment, I'm like, don't smile, just stare at the ceiling, stare at the ceiling. This moment may never happen again,
This
where
was your
somebody
moment.
said, Maury's doing it right. Everyone do what Maury's doing. It was the most glorious feeling in the entire life.
And did people actually look and be like, oh yeah, like he's doing it right?
No.
Oh, they didn't?
No.
Nobody said anything? Did they give you an award?
No, I think these people were kind of like pissed that they didn't get the shout out.
Oh, is it one of those places?
Yeah, so I got the shout out.
Oh, who wants to go to an ego-driven gym?
Well, it's also the place where he yells out, okay, guys, tarps off.
What does that mean?
Take your shirts off.
No.
Yeah.
Hold on.
No.
Wait a minute.
It's a convertible gym?
Oh, the room's spinning.
Did you ever take your shirt off and then he went, hey, everybody, look, Maury's doing it right? Or no? No.
He didn't get that recognition.
He didn't know?
No tarps off for me.
No, he didn't praise you on that. Oh, so when he says shirts off, you don't do shirts off.
I don't do shirts off.
Does everybody else
does?
There are 3 people that do.
Out of?
There's a male model, the male model's friend, and the instructor.
Right. And they take their shirts off?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Really, huh?
And they're the ones that are always right at the front, staring at themselves in the mirror.
And then what? The rest of you guys are just standing there in your XL shirts?
Staring at them.
Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
What advice can you guys give me?
Okay, so my question is,
Got a problem you can't fix?
Roz and Mocha got you.
Grace, are you there?
hi, Roz and Mocha. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to hear from both of you.
Here's what your text to us read. Both of you really made my day. I woke up this morning really depressed. Being a single mom with 3 kids has been tough. I drive to work listening to you guys, and you both really make me laugh even while I am working. My coworkers think I'm crazy because I suddenly laugh out loud. Keep up. God bless both of you. You guys really bring joy to everyone, especially to us who are going through depression and hiding it from my 3 kids and my family. Thank you.
Yes.
So what's been going on? Why are you depressed? Is it just like stress?
It's been going on after I had my last son, so I had a postpartum depression.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, my ex had cheated on me many times, so I had to deal with that alone. Because in my culture, depression doesn't really exist that much. For them, it's like just a sign of weakness. So growing up,
what culture is that?
It's Filipino, Asian.
Okay.
From the Philippines.
Yeah.
Because my family, like my mom, she raised 8 of us alone. So she's been strong all her life, and I never kind of know what depression is about. Although I've been diagnosed with it, and they tried to give me a pill for it, but I told them I don't want to take a pill, because when I did before, it made me numb, like I'm not human. And it's kind of tough, because sometimes it's not good to say that it's better to have cancer than depression, because at least cancer, you know what you're dealing with, compared to when you have depression. It's kind of hard to say, because you seem normal. Like, everybody will see me and they'll like, oh, she's fine, because I'm a jolly person. I make people laugh. I love to make people laugh, because that's how I overcome it. But it's kind of hard, because people don't understand, like, how is it inside? How hard is it emotionally that you think you're crazy? It's hard. I don't even know how to deal with it sometimes. Sometimes it's like I said, I don't feel like I'm worth it to live. Like, I feel like I'm always failing. I'm sorry if I'm being so emotional.
Oh my God, Grace, here's the thing. Don't ever apologize for being emotional, all right? Second of all, stop thinking or telling yourself that you're crazy, because you're not. Being depressed and having to go through depression, that's not an abnormal thing. And there are people you can talk to. There are places you can go to get help. Don't bother with what anyone else says or what anyone else thinks. Nobody has to know that you're seeking help for your depression. If that's something that you feel like that you need in your life, don't worry about what anyone else says or thinks. Like, you have to take care of yourself.
Yeah. It's hard when you're the sole provider, and like, I gotta be tough for my kids.
You do.
I don't want them to see me crumble. I used to work 3 jobs. They never see me. Even now, I lost my second daughter. Last year, she decided to move back with her dad. It broke me down. That's when I kind of got back to my depression, because it made me feel like I'm not a good mother. Some days I feel so motivated. Some days I'm like, I can do this. Like this week, like it's been so, like I've been under the weather. But like I said, you guys really boost me up. This morning, you guys were like talking about something, and I'm like laughing on my own. And I said, listening to you for how many years? I don't know how many years, but really boost me up.
First of all, you're the best. I'll say this, and because you brought up the comparison earlier, where if you have cancer, you know what you're dealing with. If you have depression, you don't. If you have cancer, what people do is they know that as soon as that diagnosis happens, you have to explore every single option available to you to get better. When people have depression, they often don't. And you owe it to yourself to explore every single option available.
Mm-hmm.
You just do, because why not? What do you got to lose? Do everything. And I will say this, you're keeping so much inside because you don't want to seem weak in front of your kids, and to pretend most days that nothing's happening is the only sort of little bit of strength or peace that you get. But I will say this, you need to get it out. Do you write at all?
Not really.
You should. You should write out how you're feeling every day.
Like, I used to do that when I was, like, a friend of mine brought me to church.
Yeah.
I stopped because I've been, like, so busy. Then after work, like, I'm kind of so tired and drained out. Like,
Then make it. Then put it in your day as a non-negotiable. Then.
Yeah.
Okay. So whatever else happens in your day, you're going to take 15 minutes. You're going to take 15 minutes. You're going to sit in your own head with a pen and a pad, and you're going to write it out.
Thank you very much, Ross. You are really, like, helpful, like, both of you.
Okay,
All right, Grace.
hon?
Thank you very much, Grace. You know we love you.
Thank you.
Okay,
Yeah,
Ross.
I love you too from the bottom of my heart.
Aw, Grace, between Roz and Mocha, who's your favorite?
I knew you guys were going to ask that. It's hard to choose, but I don't know how to say it, but I really love the both of you. Both of you are equal in my heart.
What if I told you most of my friends are Filipino?
Oh, snap.
I'm going to say this, Mocha, not to say that because you have Filipinos. I really love Roz. Like, I've learned over the past few listening to him. I picked up, like, a few things that helped me out. Like, especially right now. I'm sorry, Mocha.
All you had to do was say Roz. You don't have to go into a big explanation.
I tried to make it easy because it's hard.
That's okay,
it's like my
Grace. All right, Grace, you smile today, okay? And you smile big.
Thank you very much. You
All right,
guys are the best. I love all of you.
Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
On Kiss.
It's a whole new thing now that you see the last little while with pop stars really going out of their way to try and game or manipulate the Billboard charts to get a number one album. And Bieber's getting crushed for it, rightfully so, because it seems almost like you shouldn't be that. I don't want to use the word pathetic.
Desperate?
Desperate. So he releases Yummy, and he wants it to go number one. And he's like playing all the games where YouTube streams count now. So he released like 7 different videos for the song. So fans will go and watch all 7 different versions of the video, and each one counts individually. That's like when a song starts doing well, you always wind up hearing a remix for it in some way, shape, or form, because the remix also counts towards the original's numbers. Like, there's all these tricks that you can do.
Now, does it still count if the song is listened to for, like, is there a minimum listen?
That I don't.
Because if there's 7 videos, right?
There is.
And if somebody goes and watches, let's say 45 seconds, and they're like, nah, I'm not really into
that I don't know. There's a formula for everything,
Yeah,
though.
I'm sure it counts.
But the newest thing that Bieber started to do was begging his fans to go and stream his music, and even telling his fans to change their IP addresses so it would look like they were in different countries. Like, use a VPN to stream my songs.
Can't do
like,
that,
so
bro.
here's a bit of Bieber begging his fans from
Go
last week.
stream Yummy, like, please. The possibility I can go number one on Billboard, but I need your help. You gotta go right now to iTunes and actually purchase the song.
We're gonna do. We're gonna get that number one spot. I need your help though. I need your help, okay?
Okay.
I need you to go on iTunes.
Yeah.
I need you to purchase Yummy. Go download Yummy on iTunes. I'm trying to get the number one spot. I don't know where he's been. Didn't even know what the song Yummy was, babe. It's like he's been under a damn rock.
Streaming it, keep buying it, keep telling your friends about it, keep telling your friends that we need their help too. Tell your mom and your dad. Just freaking call radio stations, request it.
Numero uno. I want the number one spot.
Wow, damn, bro.
Right?
Like, chill
So,
with that.
yeah.
Dan Moore, by the way, said that, streaming play counts if you watch like 30 seconds.
Okay.
30 seconds is the marker.
So when this all went down, you were like, God, Bieber's so desperate. But then Selena Gomez last week
No, she did the same thing?
So Selena Gomez last week releases Rare and says this to fans.
Found out that my album is neck to neck with another incredible artist. I told people before that, it's not about numbers for me, but I would love for the most important album I've ever released to become number one. So if you don't mind streaming it or listening to it on all the platforms, it would mean the absolute world to me. This is, again, something I dreamed about for so long.
Isn't that crazy?
Not you too, Selena.
Yeah, the begging the fans. Now, the other artist that she's talking about and the other artist, same artist, that has blocked Bieber from reaching number one is a guy named Roddy Ricch. And his track, The Box, is sitting there and is the reason Bieber has to be so thirsty on social media.
Pulling out the coupe at the lot, told him 12 swat, busting all the bells out the box. I just hit the link with the box, had to put the stick in the box.
Never heard this song before. Have you heard this?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I got the mojo deals, we been trapping like the 80s.
I didn't think it was going to be number one. I'll be honest.
It's crazy.
Cash app, told him white, but no.
Yeah, so this is that other great artist that Selena Gomez was talking about that's blocking everybody from getting number one.
Wow.
And so they got to now beg underage fans to use VPNs and change their IP addresses.
Ask your mom and dad.
Ask your mom and dad.
To download the song.
It's just not right. It's really dirty, huh?
Yeah.
It just seems really dirty to me to beg.
It's just desperate.
To beg young fans to just it's really easy for you to say, man, go buy my album and stuff like that. Multiple times.
Yeah.
Delete it off your iTunes and then go repurchase it.
Oof.
It's crazy.
Yeah, that's dirty.
Is that any different than, I guess, movie stars, somehow getting people to go see their movie,
No, I think that the difference is that, when movie stars, when you're out promoting a film, you promote the work. And whether it does well or not, you hope it does well. But I've never seen a movie star tell people earnestly, in reality. I mean, you hear people joke all the time, saying, go once, go twice, go three times.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I've ever seen an artist who legitimately takes themselves seriously saying, go to the movie once and then make sure you drive across town and go to a different theater in a different town because they may calculate, I don't want one theater that, has a low score rating. People don't talk like that.
Yeah.
They just don't.
Yeah,
people don't ask young fans to do this.
That ain't right, Selena.
Right?
Bieber. Stop doing that now.
Super weird.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Doolittle, starring Robert Downey Jr., is in theaters today. He can talk to animals. Antonio Banderas is in the movie. Emma Thompson, Rami Malek, John Cena is in the movie.
So in the sort of spirit of Dr. Doolittle,
Yeah.
Meg Vickell is here. And you are what? Explain this to people.
I am an intuitive animal communicator. So,
Which means what?
good question. I connect with animals. I communicate with animals.
So you're just like Dr. Doolittle.
Do you talk to them face to face or do you talk to them telepathically?
Not face to face. In fact, I like a blank slate. I don't like to have the animal in front of me. So,
Oh, wow, okay.
Sammy the dog is wagging his tail. Is my dog happy today? I'm inclined to say, yep, and move on.
Yeah.
So what's better for me is if I work with the energy of the animal.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And how do you do that? Explain how you work with the energy of the animal.
So clairvoyance, you can see images. Sometimes you get a mini movie kind of rolling in your head. I also can feel an animal. So if an animal's anxious or worried or feeling something, sometimes my palms will get clammy. Sometimes my heart will race. So I will manifest in my body how they're feeling. So it's obviously things that I can equate to how I've felt before. So they work with their vessel. They're working with me. I'm their channel. I'm their medium. I'm their messenger. So whatever works.
So Roz has 3 cats at home.
Mm-hmm.
I have 1 dog.
And we sent through some questions to you and some pictures of our animals.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to go first, Mocha?
Sure. So my question to our 7-year-old dog, Golden Retriever Tig, is do you like Jenna, my wife? Do you like Jenna more than you like me? And you have two pictures of Tig in front of you, right?
Yeah,
One
got
where
this one.
he's smiling and one where he's not.
Yeah. Okay. So what's really good, and I appreciate you dialoguing that question for me because I connect to your energy as well as the animals. So they are very much sensing, hearing, feeling everything that's going on in and around your life at any given point, right? So they are very much a mirror. Sometimes it's a direct reflection. Sometimes it's not very much. So there's a sense of roles with both of you. There's a lot of nurturing and love that's coming from Jenna. There's a lot of like smushy in the face, like a lot of like doting over him and like pouring her love into him.
Oh
and
my
I
God,
feel
that's
like
totally her.
that is a sense of her mothering him. Okay.
Yeah.
For you, it's like he wants you to know that he has your back, like he's got you. And there's days and times when you just are like, I'm going to fall through the floor. Like I can't hold myself up. I'm trying to be the support for everyone else, but I need someone to have my back and he's got your back.
Okay, good.
You need to know that because you're feeling like life is a bit of a roller coaster sometimes. You have the high highs and the low lows, but he's got your back. So the love, okay, tiebreaker, I can't say. You know, I can't,
Okay.
I'm not going to say
Fair enough.
it's unconditional.
Okay. Meg Vickell is here. She is a animal communicator. Roz, your question about your cats.
I have 3 cats. We had another cat who passed away recently, and so we got another baby cat. So in the house, we have Moo Moo, Fig, and Pickles. And I give you one picture of Moo Moo, the little one, on the chair, and then a picture of Moo Moo hugging/attacking Fig. So my questions, number one question, and it's the question that is like so often asked in my house when you have 3 cats, which is who pees on the bed when the bed gets peed on?
Okay, so there's a lot going on with you at night. That's when they think they can get to you, okay? Because during the day, you're like doing your thing, you're in another world, you're in this world.
Yeah.
So there's this, can we just jump to the question about the beard? Because as soon as I saw the beard, I saw you as, do you know what a shaman is?
Right, yeah.
They work with between worlds, so to
Yeah.
speak.
Because I asked the little one, the dumb one, if he was ever going to stop biting my beard when I sleep. Because I find it really annoying.
So he's actually trying to pull knowledge out of you. So beards are wisdom, and there's
knowledge out of me.
Yeah, because you're not listening to him during the day. It's the only time he can get at you.
Oh,
so he's like, okay,
Dad, wake up! I gotta ask you something.
But the other thing is like, is it Mew Mew? How do I say
Moo
it?
Moo.
Moo Moo.
Like the
sorry.
dress.
So Moo Moo is actually kind of the silent, wise one of your pack of cats. Okay, it doesn't seem like it. Okay, he's actually quite misunderstood. He's pulling a lot of the strings behind the scenes, but is it Fig?
Mm-hmm.
Fig is the leader, and looking at him like, what are you like? What are you doing? Like, you're not doing it the right way. So he's awkward and he's weird and he's really quirky in his own right. And Fig's just looking around like Fig is the leader, but Moo Moo is the one that actually is doing all the hard work for you.
Misunderstood makes sense because when we first got Moo Moo, we thought he was a girl until they found his wiener.
Oh, wow.
So he came into our life as a misunderstanding.
Yeah.
Hey, Meg, this has been so much fun. Thank you so much for joining us on the Roz and Mocha Show. If people want to connect with you, how do they do that?
They can go to moderndaydoolittle.com, 10 and Doolittle.
There you go. And Doolittle, the movie starring Robert Downey Jr. is in theaters today.
Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
What advice can you guys give me?
Okay, so my question is, got a problem you can't fix?
Roz and Mocha got you.
Selena.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing good.
Selena, you wrote us this, Roz and Mocha, please fix my life. My
Yes,
parents
please.
are super Catholic and traditional. I've been hiding my relationship with a girl as I don't want to disappoint them. I've been in this relationship for almost 3 years, and my mom is asking me when I'll get married / have babies. Now, here's the twist. I've been recently thinking about wanting to have a child, so I think I have to leave the relationship as adoption is not an option in my parents' eyes. How do I tell my partner I have to leave the relationship? I should have left in the beginning since I was already feeling like I should, but chickened out because I didn't want to hurt her. I think that, how old are you?
33.
33, okay.
Wait, so you've been in a relationship for 3 years that you don't want to be in?
Well, I lived it day by day because being with her is amazing. But, you know, at the end of the day, when I'm at work or when I'm with my family, it hits me really hard. So for the longest time, like, I live with her, but in the eyes of my family, she's just a roommate. So, I mean, I had fun. I'm having fun. I love my life. I'm happy when I'm physically with her. So that's why, you know, I was able to last 3 years. But, like, you know, my body's like running out. So you know, I really do want to have kids someday, and this is my problem now because I still love her, but I want to make myself happy, you know, and like have, you know.
But have you guys talked about having kids together?
It's not an option. Like, no, she doesn't want to have kids because it's just not part of her lifestyle. But like, I was brought up in a very like traditional family, right?
There's a lot going on here. You've mentioned that you're a woman in a relationship with a woman. You've mentioned that your parents are Catholic and traditional. You've mentioned that adoption is not an option. You've mentioned that you should have got out of this relationship at the beginning but chickened out. But what I think it really comes down to, all that stuff, like you're muddying all of this up with all this stuff when really I think you're just asking us how to dump your girlfriend.
Not dump, just how to respectfully leave the relationship.
But I think that it comes down to, like, none of that other stuff matters. What you're in right now is you're in a relationship with somebody and you want to have kids and they don't.
Yeah.
That's what all this is. This isn't about adoption and your family and Catholic and all that other stuff. It's about you being in a relationship with somebody who does not want to have children and you do.
I suppose, yeah. No, that does make sense.
So what do you do with that then?
I guess we got to have a conversation about our future, you know, everything set aside, and just talk about, you know, if she really does want kids.
Yeah.
And if she does, then it's on my part to, you know, suck it up and either tell my parents that, hey, I love this girl, or if she really doesn't want to have kids, then that's the breaking
But
point,
how
I
many
suppose.
times, Selena, how many times have you had that conversation or a conversation about your relationship, your future with your girlfriend?
Not too many times, because every time I try to bring it up, it's always a big fuss. It's a big fight. And, you know, I just walk away.
You love this woman?
I think I do, but...
it doesn't sound like you do.
I don't think you do.
I know, right? Yeah.
I don't think you do.
You know.
I think you like the companionship, and I think you guys get along real well.
I think that you like her because you like fooling around with her and you're comfortable that everybody else in your life thinks she's your roommate. But I don't think that you want to make this real.
I suppose, yeah. Because, like, am I truly happy if I can't make myself happy, right?
I don't think you want to make this real. I think it's fun. I think it's when something is secret, there's always a little bit more fun to it. And I don't think you want this relationship if it's no longer a secret.
That's true.
I think you need to sit down and have a conversation with this girl, with your girlfriend. And because if this is on your mind and it's been on your mind for a really long time, and if it's something that's super important to you, then you guys have to have a face-to-face conversation, lay it all out on the table. And if she's not in line with your future plans, if that's really, really, really what you want, then you're gonna have to walk away from this relationship.
Yeah.
I don't think she wants a relationship at all, to be honest with you.
Really?
If you don't want this relationship to evolve one step past than where it already exists, you don't want this relationship.
Yeah.
And when you break up with her, make sure that you are blunt but compassionate.
But compassionate. All right. I'll keep that in mind.
Don't
just walk right up to her and be like, you don't want babies, I'm out.
Don't leave any doors open, okay? Don't do hey, I just need to go find myself. I don't really know where I am right now. You know, maybe I just need some time. Don't do any of that stuff. That stuff is so cruel, and it's chickens break up like that.
And you sound like you know exactly what you want.
Yeah, maybe I just need a little bit of a push, you know?
Yeah, I think that you don't mess around with feelings and somebody's heart and lives when you don't want to be there.
No, exactly. Like, that's why I just postponed the breakup for so many years. And like, should I wait another 2?
When you close your eyes and think about your future, this woman's not in it. No, she's not.
Yeah.
I
Made up your
can't,
mind,
yeah.
Selena.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, guys.
All right, love.
Take care.
Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life
on Kiss.
I went to the eye doctor yesterday.
Oh, I didn't see that coming. How was it? Good?
It was long.
I mean, you're here.
It was a long appointment, man.
Yeah.
It was like 9:15 to 10:30.
What'd they do?
All sorts of tests. I got to put my face in a thing, and then they shoot all sorts of
eye drops,
lights in your eyes.
Yeah.
All this other stuff. So
what are they looking for?
Well, because I had all that damage from shingles, right?
Last year.
2 years ago.
Was that 2 years now?
Yeah. So I had all this damage from shingles when I got shingles in my eye. If you're new to the show, I went about, I don't even know, 4 months where I had eye shingles.
And you had
which was the
badass looking eye patch and everything.
Yeah, an eye patch. I had to wear sunglasses. Like, it was a whole deal. But it did some damage to my eye. And then I knew my vision was like sort of bad. And
Sorry, in both eyes or just one? Like
eye.
one more than the other?
One is way worse than the other.
Yeah.
And I knew that I was like severely colorblind and like all this stuff. So I go and do all the tests, and I do the colorblind test.
Yeah.
You know what the colorblind test?
No, I've never had to do one.
You know where they show you the things where it's just like the circle and they're like, what number do you see? It's like one of those.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And all the circles have like a number in it. And I look at the pictures and I'm like, that's a circle of dots. They flip the page and I'm like, circle of dots, circle of dots, circle of dots, circle of dots.
anything.
I can't see anything in those.
Oh, no, dude.
Yeah. So I know that already. And I know that my vision.
Let me come with you. I would have done the test for you.
You should have cheated for me.
Pass.
Because that helps in my life. You know what I mean? That gets me everything I need.
I'll sit in the corner whispering, 6.
I'm still going to have ridiculous arguments with Catherine. That it's not green, hun. She's like,
this is clearly green.
This happens so often.
You're like, no, the fertilizer I bought turned our grass blue.
So the long and short of it is, I need glasses, right? But I need 2 pair of glasses.
2?
Out of the gate, I'm a double glasses guy now.
Why do you need 2?
Because my one eye is so bad that in order for me to get sort of glasses where I can see perfectly everything, and then my other eye I need for reading. So in order to compensate and do lenses for both, if I'm wearing them, everything ghosts when I look around.
Wait, so can you get, maybe this is a dumb question.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
But can you get one set of glasses?
Yes.
And just different lenses on each side?
They are different lenses on each side.
They are already.
It's a different prescription. Yeah.
Oh, you have to get 2 of them?
But I have to get 1 pair just for reading. So I need 1 pair of glasses, like a nerd, right? I need one. No offense, Maury. I need 1 pair of glasses to just like that I'm supposed to wear around in real life. Like I'm gonna do that,
right? Yeah,
to wear around in real life, please.
And then another set
1 pair
just for reading?
Are you going to wear them around your neck with string?
I'm gonna have to get one. I'm gonna have to be the person that has one on their head, right, and then one around your neck on the string, where I'm constantly flipping back and forth between my glasses.
So like if you want to just
sexy
scroll,
librarian,
scroll Twitter real quick, right?
Yeah.
Then you got to put your glasses on.
I have to put my other glasses on.
Your reading glasses.
Yes.
They had to put your reading glasses on.
Yes. And
but
then
neither correct color.
So annoying.
It's so annoying. It's so annoying.
No.
I know.
Dude.
It's so annoying. Right?
But think about the different styles of glasses you could buy.
I'm not excited about
Like, have you thought about that? Like, now that you're in the game for 2 sets, like, are you gonna?
You're in my world now.
Like, are you now thinking, okay, I want something not discreet because people are gonna know that you're wearing glasses. They're on your face, right?
True.
But like something a little bit more discreet looking, or are you gonna go for fashionable?
I was
I'm gonna get these Calvin Kleins.
Like I'm like super fashionable. Like I may get a custom made pull down visor that goes off the brim of a baseball hat, like a windshield that I can. You know what I mean?
God, can you please do that?
Something like that.
Please do that.
Yeah, just like super. Or I may go super old school and like go and find a pair of my dad's old glasses that I'm sure my mom has somewhere.
Oh, dude, that'd be so nice.
In the house.
You know what?
Get
though?
those prescriptions done.
No, don't do that.
Because he had the flip ups. He had the sunglasses that clipped on in the the
Oh my God, my dad Vern has those.
Yes, that you would flip
Well,
up.
actually, no. Now he's got the transitions.
Oh,
so when
really?
he steps outside, it automatically.
Guys who wear transitions, right?
Yeah.
For 15 minutes every morning when you walk into work, okay, you look like a hitman.
I know. It's the funniest because
guys who wear transitions are always super nerds, like your dad and what my dad was, right? And only if you look that nerdy and wear sunglasses inside, you are hired to kill people.
When he comes in from outside, it takes forever for them to transition back. It's like cool ass technology, but goddamn, so long.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
You see that Pamela Anderson got married again?
She did?
Yeah.
To who?
A movie producer named John Peters.
Oh.
It's each of their 5th marriages.
Pamela Anderson been married 5 times now?
Yeah, she married the same guy twice.
Who?
I don't know. Rick Solomon, I think his name was.
Really?
She married Kid Rock.
Oh my God, I forgot about that.
Yeah, she was married to Tommy Lee. I think she may have married him twice too. I don't know. She's been married 5 times. He's been married 5 times. So Pam's 52. He's 74.
Do they have like a big? Hold on, what? Say what?
Pam's 52.
Yeah.
He's 74.
Okay.
74.
Yeah.
He met her originally. They dated briefly like 30 years ago. So he met her when she was 19.
And he was like in his 40s.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
At the Playboy Mansion.
Oh my God.
Where he encouraged her to not do Playboy. Told her to concentrate on more serious projects.
Like
and then
Baywatch
she
and-
went on to do Playboy like, I don't even know, 20 times or something like that. But listen to this quote. This is the greatest, like, you know me, I love arrogance, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Like, I find arrogance very entertaining. That's why I like Damn It Maury. Right? I love it. I love just like unapologetic displays of arrogance.
Okay.
I'm entertained by it. I don't necessarily encourage it, but I'm entertained by it. So this is what Pam Anderson's 74-year-old new husband, she just married the man. This is what he told to the Hollywood Reporter.
Okay.
Okay, hold on. Pause for 1 second. I got to take a breath. He says this. Pamela has never seen her full potential as an artist. She has yet to shine in a real way. There is so much more to her than meets the eye, or I wouldn't love her so much. There are beautiful girls everywhere. I could have my pick. But for 35 years, I've only wanted Pamela. She makes me wild.
Oh, so sweet.
Okay. Your brand new 74-year-old husband leads with, there are beautiful girls everywhere. I can have my pick.
Calm down there, Grandpa.
Right?
Like, chill. Ain't nobody pining for you.
Okay. Thank you.
I'd be like, okay, if that's true.
Yeah.
Provide a list right now.
Right.
And I'm going to contact all these people and be like.
Even still.
Yeah.
Even still, you're 3 days married and you're still doing I married Pamela, but don't think I'm settling here, okay? There's a lot of beautiful girls. I could have my pick. I chose Pamela Anderson. Like, that is such an incredible, what are you saying, Maury?
Did you say that to Catherine?
Shut up.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
What's today? Today the 23rd?
Yeah.
Nice.
What are
Okay.
you so happy about?
What's that?
What are you so happy about?
Okay, hold on now. Two major events happened.
Okay.
On this day years ago.
Okay.
2 major events happened.
January 23rd. Okay.
Okay, January 23rd. One of the events that happened was that Hulk Hogan beat the Iron Sheik at Madison Square Garden for his first WWF title.
Yes.
What year was that?
That was 1980. I was going to say 83. That was 1982.
Maury?
1983.
1984.
Ooh.
The greatest year of all time, 1984.
And Hulkamania.
I was going to do my Hulk impression.
36 years ago.
Runs wild.
Hulkamania started running wild 36 years ago.
Eat your shreddies, brother!
Okay, now, in what year... Did you ever have a Frisbee when you were growing up?
No.
You ever play Ultimate Frisbee?
No.
Good, don't. You look like a weirdo.
Oh. Right.
Okay. So the Frisbee was, by the way, they've sold over 100 million Frisbees.
Ooh, damn.
And that was only by, I'll get to that in a minute. So how old is the Frisbee? Because the Frisbee could be one of those things where it's like 200 years old, or the Frisbee could shock you, and it may only be like...
Frisbee's not that old.
Okay, so when was the Frisbee invented?
I'm going to say 1962.
Maury.
Yeah, because you don't see people playing Frisbees in black and white photos. I'm going to agree with Mocha on this and say 1970.
How often are you looking through black and white photos?
Whenever I visit my grandma.
When you say that you're going to agree with me, that means you also think the same year that I just said, 1962. So you don't say 1970 something.
Okay. So
you don't agree with me then.
So Mocha,
Frick, man.
Mocha,
I think I'm just going to take a sick day.
Okay, we're tired. Okay. Mocha, you said what?
1962.
Okay, Maury, you say what?
1970.
Okay, 1957.
Oh,
Wow.
close.
I guess
For the
people
first
just didn't pose in pictures with it.
They had sold, so it was invented in 57. By 77, they had sold 100 million Frisbees.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Let me read you this real quick. And I don't know where it's from, but it got a lot of action, and the person who posted it on Twitter seems to have a lot of followers and everything else. So I don't think it's complete crap.
Okay.
But the names are all blanked out, and it's a message that somebody received from the Vice President of Human Resource Management and the Vice President Finance and Administration in the company that they work for.
Okay.
Okay, so let me read you this. The subject line was personal matter. As you may know, some companies still use credit checks as part of their hiring process. This is to ensure that the employee can be trusted to make sound financial decisions and have the maturity to manage his or her own financial affairs. Okay? Okay. And to show signs of financial distress that might indicate risk or theft or fraud. While we do not conduct these checks at this time, the gist of the checks is valid to us. We have noticed for some time the condition of your vehicle and wanted to discuss the matter with you. We will follow up with this email with a personal meeting, but wanted to document the discussion beforehand. Since, of course, your annual salary is known to us and a newer and more appropriate looking vehicle should be within your financial reach. It is our concern that perhaps you are having a difficult time financially. Frankly, the concern is that you cannot afford a newer vehicle. Then either you may be susceptible to fraud or that you are not responsible for the position you maintain. To be even more frank, it just looks bad. Please let us know if there is a reason that you have not upgraded your vehicle before now. If it is a financial matter, then we will need to know the details of the problems you are having. Perhaps it is a simple that you didn't know that it was the concern that you are raising. Otherwise, please address the situation as quickly as possible, as we will be happy to refer you to dealerships who we have worked with in the past.
Hold on a second. HR is sending an employee a letter like this because of the vehicle that this person is driving?
Yeah, because it got
that is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
Because they got an ugly car.
What if this person is just terrible with money, with managing their finances?
But that's a whole other part, though, because they say...
Or if they're content with having the vehicle that they have because it gets them from point A to point B, totally fine.
There's a lot going on in this, if it is real, but it's worth discussing anyway, because one, it's the car. They're like, hey, your car is ugly and your ugly car reflects poorly on this company. They're also saying that we know how much money you make, therefore you should be able to buy a new car. They're also saying that if you're bad with money, maybe we should fire you. Like if you're bad personally in your personal life with money, maybe you're not good for this company, because if you're that bad with your own money, how are you with ours?
Rude.
Right?
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Yo, big up Toronto Raptors. Fifth straight win.
Wow.
We beat the 76ers 107-95 last night. We're in New York tomorrow to face the Knicks. And President Masai Ujiri was asked whether or not the Raptors can win another NBA title this year.
Hey, we're going to die trying. That's for sure. I know these guys and they're going to die trying. You see them, you see the attitude. We can be down. If anybody told you, I know nobody, not one person here in this place would tell me that they thought we would be competing now to be second in the East. In the next couple games, if it works out for us or where we are. There's not one person that thought that with a championship player like Kawhi leaving. These guys have stepped up and we appreciate what they've done.
I wholeheartedly agree with Masai. That once Kawhi bounced, everybody on the team stepped up and was like, not necessarily I'm going to fill that spot, but I'm going to really, now that he's gone and all the attention is away from him, I'm going to step up and prove what kind of a player I am. And it was almost like every single player had that mentality, and they're all playing at that level, despite not getting the team as a whole, not getting the respect. We've always been disrespected by the NBA.
But
Always.
God, how good would they be if Kawhi was still here this year, though?
Oh, I know. Bro. All right. You know what? Forget it.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Yes, yes, yes. Toronto Raptor fans, stand up.
Yeah.
Big day. Big night last night when this announcement was made.
How about a first-timer? Pascal Siakam of the Toronto Raptors. His first All-Star selection in his fourth season. Averaging 24 points a game. That's number 15 in the league. 8 rebounds, 4 assists. 10 30-point games. In the previous 3 years, he had a total of 5 of those.
Oh, I'm so happy. Pascal Siakam has been named as a starter for this year's NBA All-Star game happening February 16th in Chicago.
Yep.
Last year, I thought that this man should have been on the team. He has worked his ass off. And if you know the Pascal story, you know why this means so much to Raptor fans, why this means so much to Pascal Siakam. And I'm going to play you what he said to reporters yesterday. And I know, oh man, it's so... I'm happy to hear it, but I'm also sad to hear it, knowing his relationship with his dad, who passed away in a car accident, who helped push along his career in basketball.
It's unbelievable, man. Just, I think you just got to think back of the journey. You got to think back of my dad, just kind of taking a chance and being like, man, I watched these guys on TV that play, they follow this orange ball, and it's super fun. People, are excited and watch them play, and it's so exciting. And him wanting, and hoping and dreaming that one of his sons is going to do that, and working so hard to send all his sons to the U.S., get an education, play college ball, and hoping to get to the NBA. And there I am, being able to be at this stage and winning a championship, being an all-star, not only an all-star, but starting an all-star game, like for a lot of people, that wasn't really possible, and that's something that he dreamed of, and I can just kind of wish that he was here, and I kind of hate every time there's a big moment, it's just because it feels like there's something missing, but I know he's here. I know he's watching me. I can feel his presence. But I think it would be kind of nice to be able to look at him in the face and just tell him that you did it and we did it, and whatever you put your mind into and whatever you worked so hard for is here, and we're doing it at the highest level.
Good for him.
Isn't that so nice?
Yeah,
I'm
good for him.
so genuinely happy, so genuinely excited for Pascal Siakam. And I cannot wait to see him on that court, Feb 16th in Chicago. Oh, so good.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
I couldn't watch the entire IGTV post that The Rock put out yesterday.
No.
Because it was quite sad. It was almost 8 minutes.
Yeah.
And he's talking about his pops who passed away. And the funeral is happening today.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Because you know me, I got mad love for The Rock.
No, I know. There was 2 videos yesterday. There was the Rock one, which we'll get to, and it's crushing because you don't want to see The Rock like that. We all have a vision of what The Rock is, and he's just absolute positivity all the time, and you don't want to see anybody who is like that go through something like that. And then there was also a shot of Celine Dion, who was on stage at a concert talking to her fans, and she was with her mom's side, I believe, when her mom died, and then flew back and did the show that night.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then explained it all to her fans and and everything else. Like just this sharing when it's done right, and I think that there's very few people in that world who could share like this with their fans, and Celine Dion and The Rock are really like the top 2 that I can think of that have that connection with their fans. And the Rock video is, as you said, it's heartbreaking.
As you know, I lost my old man a few days ago. I lost him just like that. Didn't get a chance to say goodbye to him. I would give anything right now to give him a big old hug and a big old kiss before he crossed over and just say thank you and I love you and I respect you. But I didn't get a chance to say that. And but such is life, as many of you know.
And like nobody knew what happened.
It was a heart attack.
See, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I had no idea. And then The Rock went on to explain that.
A lot of you guys wanted to know what happened to my dad. So he had not been feeling well and been battling a cold and infection. And he on Tuesday, he had what's called a deep vein thrombosis, which is essentially a blood clot in the leg. And it was a big old blood clot that broke free, traveled up his body, and went right to his lung. And clotted his lung, and he died very quickly from a massive heart attack, just like that.
Oh,
That's tough, man.
I'll play this last one.
Yeah.
I think it was around here. Wait, no, I don't know if I made it this far in the video, to be honest with you.
We are laying my dad to rest this Tuesday and saying goodbye to the soul man. And today I am up for air. I'm going to go in this gym and I'm going to crush my leg workout in honor of him. And it's appropriate because he taught me how to work out. He taught me, training, and he was kicking my ass on the wrestling mats when I was 5 years old, and then on the weights when I was 10. So it's appropriate I'm doing legs because he hated doing legs. Spending some time with my family today, and then I'm going to break out my pen and my pad, and then I'm going to write the eulogy. I've written a lot of speeches for myself over the years, but I have no idea where to start with this one. But I do have my tequila, and I could hear him now. Good, that's the way you got to do it.
Hey.
I could also hear him now. Make sure you put me over in the speech.
Hey.
Say good stuff about me.
Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
What advice can you guys give me?
Okay, so my question is...
Got a problem you can't fix.
Roz and Mocha got you.
Connor, what's up? It's Roz and Mocha.
How's it going, guys?
Good, man. How are you?
Pretty good.
All right. How old are you?
26.
Cool. Connor, you wrote us this. So I'm from Mississauga, but I currently live in Fort Wayne, Indiana for work. You said that you've been there for 2.5 years and your visa is up in May. Now, I cannot decide if I want to stay or come back. I'm back to Mississauga. My friends and family are all back home, but I've made amazing friends here. The job pays well. The cost of living is great, but I can't decide if I want to stay here forever. I don't think I do. Every time I come back to visit, I feel like I'm in a rut for a week or so after I'm back in Fort Wayne. I guess I'm just curious what either of you would do in this situation.
What kind of work do you do?
I design sprinkler systems for fire protection.
Oh, nice.
And you make decent money?
Yeah, I went to school for it. So. Yeah, I make fire protection makes good money in general, and then the company I work for is pretty profitable down here, so it's a good job.
So why did you make the decision to go there in the first place? Was it to start something fresh, to start something new?
Kind of. If you had asked me like a few months before I accepted this job, before I graduated college, where I saw myself, I didn't really know, but it definitely, I don't think I would have guessed the States. And while taking interviews and doing all those things, this company came up to our school, did a couple of interviews, and they offered me the job. And I figured I was young, I was unattached at the time.
Yeah.
Nobody in my family was really sick. I figured I was going to try something new in a new country, and now would have been the time.
That is the time.
So I definitely don't regret doing it. I'm super glad I did. I just now don't know really what the next step should be, and I don't want to feel like I'm running away if I, don't stay.
So this job that you do, does it exist here in Canada, or specifically Mississauga, where you're from?
Yeah, there's a couple of larger fire protection companies in Canada, in the GTA, that I could work for.
Yeah, at your level of expertise that you have right now?
Yes.
Yeah, so what's preventing you from applying to any of these places at home and making that move?
I think my lifestyle that I've kind of gotten used to down here might change.
Mm-hmm.
The cost of living is it's unbelievably cheap here.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, the cost of living in the GTA wouldn't be the case. The possibility of having to move back in with a parent, it's something I would do if I had to. It's just, I don't want to feel like I'm moving backwards.
You got a girlfriend out there?
No.
Oh, okay.
Is somebody pressuring you to move back?
Not really.
It sounds like you're torn.
Yeah.
But I don't know why you're torn. Do you know what I mean?
I think you just miss home. You're like have an extreme case of homesickness.
I think so. I kind of agree with you, Roz. Like I feel torn, but I can't figure out that one big why. I can think of multiple reasons to stay. I can think of multiple reasons to come back, but I don't know which one is leading the pack.
Right. So this is tough, dude. Like, these are decisions that you're going to have to make probably multiple times in your life. But I will say this, you already made the jump from home down to Indiana. And if you're starting to think that maybe this isn't you forever, you can always make the jump again. You can always go somewhere else. Yeah. You may wind up somewhere else. You may wind up really loving the idea of doing, a couple of years here, a couple of years here, while you're still young and you're single and you're making decent money. Like, you may really, love that life. For me, I'll tell you this. I've had the opportunity to move and I've always turned it down. My brother is here and he's probably the person that I'm closest to aside from Catherine. And I have a real proximity thing where I wouldn't be able to sort of move away and be that far from him. Right. And it's just one little thing. It's not the only thing that would keep me from moving, but that's like one little thing. And once you start adding up all those little things, they just sort of push you in one direction. And if you don't know why you're torn, if it's just simple homesickness, or that's normal. Like, there are people who live and have fantastic lives all over the world, and every now and then they go back and they visit family and they feel like crap when they go back to their other life.
I'll tell you, Connor, when we read your FML, it immediately made me think of the time that I moved from Toronto to Calgary for work.
Yeah.
And the exact same thing like you, Connor. I left everybody that I knew at home, and I went to this city that I had like no idea about, had no friends, no family, nothing. I was literally out there alone. I came back home for a couple of days over the Christmas holidays. And then when I went back to Calgary after that to go back to work, man, I was depressed for like a week because I got to see everyone again. And like, you get back into your old routine of like kicking it with your friends and like just hanging out with your family and stuff like that, right? Then you go back. I went back to my apartment just like miserable because I didn't have any of that anymore.
Right. No, I completely agree.
I'll say this, don't feel guilty.
Yeah, absolutely not.
Right? Don't let that decide what you're going to do. Don't let guilt sort of guide your way. That's the wrong way to go about it.
That's a good point. Yeah, I try not to. I mean, I'll never, no matter what I'm doing 10 years from now, I'll never look back and regret trying it down here, whether I'm still here or not.
Yeah.
I'm definitely not a big what if person. I don't like having to think back, what if I had tried this? At least now I know.
Sure.
But that's a good point. Yeah. Not to let regret make my decision for me.
Don't do that.
All right, thanks. I appreciate that.
All right, brother. You got it, man.
Of course, man. Thank you so much for reaching out.
All right, take care.
Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life
on Kiss.
Diddy's at it again. He changed his name.
I saw that. I like this one, though. You don't like it?
I mean, this guy's changed his name so much.
Yeah.
Like, how long is this one going to stick for? That's what she said. He is now known as Sean Love Combs.
Yeah. Sean loves Combs.
No, not Sean Loves Combs.
Oh. It's not Sean Loves Combs?
No.
Oh.
It's Sean Love Combs.
Oh.
In the late 90s, he was known as Puffy and then Puff Daddy. Mm-hmm. In 2001, he went by P. Diddy.
Yeah.
In 2005, he went by Diddy. Mm-hmm. And his reasoning for dropping the P was because he said he wanted to connect with his fans. Because when he was performing live, half the audience would cheer out P. Diddy, the other half would cheer out just Diddy. And he was like, it was just getting way too confusing.
Well, then maybe don't change your name so much. That's the confusing part. Your fans aren't confusing. You're confusing.
So in 2001, he was P. Diddy. Yeah. 2005, he was Diddy. And then 2006, he went back to P. Diddy.
Yeah. Old school.
And then in 2008, he went by just Sean Combs, his name. And I don't know if that had anything to do with the clothing line that he launched, Sean John, and he was doing all that.
Yeah.
So he just wanted to go by Sean Combs.
And
then in 2011, he changed his name for literally 1 week to Swag.
Right. Yeah, I remember
because that name was like popular.
Yeah.
For a hot minute.
Mm-hmm.
And he created like a Twitter account and everything for Swag.
Yeah.
But that lasted a week, and then he went back to Sean Combs.
Right.
And then he was sick and tired of that.
Yeah.
And in 2014, he went back to Puff Daddy, which he was in the 90s.
Right.
And then in 2017, for a couple of days, it was less than a week, he went by Love, a.k.a. Brother Love.
Right, Brother Love. I remember that. I love you.
And then he dropped that, and now, in 2020, Sean Love Combs.
Right, Sean Loves Combs.
Not Sean Loves Combs. Sean Love Combs.
Right.
So I don't know how long this name's going to last, but I'm going to add it to the list.
Sean Loves Combs.
It's not that, man. Come on.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hey, Roz.
Yeah?
Are you ready to ask me if I'm ready?
Yes.
All right, cool.
Mocha?
Yeah?
Are you ready?
I am.
Cool. Let's do the news.
A Roz and Mocha Show and Kiss 92.5 News Break.
Here. Oh, I was reading this. The national average sleep, they say, for Americans is way down from what it was last year. So in 2018, they said that the average American was sleeping, I think it was like 6 hours, 47 minutes, something like that. And now they say that the average American is getting only 5.5 hours sleep per night. Yeah. I find that hard to believe, though. I really do. I find that hard to believe. They say, less than 6 hours a night sleep. Now, maybe they mean just like deep sleep, actual sleep, because I think that what happens to a lot of people is, I think that people are just spending more time in their beds and in their bedrooms. I think that people are on their phones and they're on their computers and they're watching television, and it's more time in bed, but maybe less time sleeping because you're just so distracted by all the distractions that people have loaded into their bedrooms.
Yeah. I started tracking my sleep recently.
Yeah?
With an app. And I wear my watch to bed.
Yeah.
And I'm averaging now anywhere from like 6 to about 7 hours.
Really? Good for you.
About.
Good for you.
I could track my Sunday sleep when I go to bed at 11 p.m. and wake up at 2 p.m.
How many hours is that, Maura?
12, 12 to 1, 1 to 2, 2. That there is 13 hours.
13 hours.
I have a feeling you don't even think that that's right because you're,
I know.
You're not saying, you're not giving the answer with confidence.
No, 13 hours? Taylor Swift revealed that her mom has been diagnosed with a brain tumor. Her mom's already going through breast cancer, and during one of her procedures, she was diagnosed with a brain tumor. That's why Taylor says that she's not going to be doing a full-blown, massive world tour in support of her new album because she's going to be there with her mom. The first case of the new unnamed virus from China, the coronavirus, was diagnosed with a guy in Washington State in the USA.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. On Tuesday, it was revealed that a man from Washington has become the first United States resident to have the new coronavirus that has killed 6 people in China. The Associated Press reports that the man had just been to the Chinese province where the new and potentially dangerous disease seems to have originated. He returned to the U.S. on Wednesday, soon becoming ill with a cough and fever, and was finally diagnosed with the virus on Monday. They say right now the gentleman is very healthy, but the man will remain in the hospital until at least tomorrow for an operation, and authorities...
What do they do? Do they just quarantine you?
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy, man.
I wonder when those viruses, those new strains are discovered, like if somebody has it and there's no cure, and there's like zero information, what do you do with that individual? You just keep them locked up in the hospital?
Yes, you do.
For how long?
Yeah, I don't know. Until the symptoms go away. Like I don't know.
Still, man.
Because I think that you just I don't know if you and I don't know anything about this stuff, but I assume that you if it's resistant to any sort of antibiotic, then at this point you're just treating symptoms. So you get the fever down, you get their heart rate, blood pressure, everything else, you stabilize them. And then hopefully the body just sort of takes over, I guess. I don't know. All I know is that I saw Contagion years ago, and that movie was the scariest movie I'd ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
And when something like this happens, literally, I heard the words coronavirus for the first time 24 hours ago yesterday morning. We were talking about it on the news. And then within 24 hours, I'm watching videos of them mass spraying apartments in China, and already there's a guy in Washington who is hospitalized with it. That's 24 hours of my knowledge. And I know it had been kicking around for a couple of days, the stories, but when it actually gets to us, normal people, to start talking about it, and we're already there's a case in the States. Like, that's nuts, man.
Yeah.
It's terrifying. We all remember SARS, right? Maybe some people listening to the show aren't old enough to fully remember SARS.
SARS was what?
SARS was like
no, like how long
ago? For Maury, find out when SARS was. But yeah, we remember that, and it
like
was
03, 04 maybe.
And nobody in the world wanted to come to Toronto.
I know. Like, you would go to
what's that? 2003.
Yeah, you would go to Shoppers Drug Mart or any grocery store, and like all the antibacterial. Everything was sold out.
Yeah. A new Lady Gaga song leaked.
Yeah.
And how did it leak? Like, who leaked this? Like, is it a leak, or is it they leaked it and to drum up some press?
That's exactly how leaks happen.
No, it was like a leak.
How?
Like, it just started showing up on places and everybody started taking it down. Like, it just started showing up everywhere.
And how old's this song?
Well, now she teased it that she was listening to it at Halloween, right? So
Okay.
she posted a picture and she was listening to it on her phone. So it's been at least October.
Okay. So here is, what's the name of the song?
Stupid Love.
Stupid Love.
Yeah, it's all right.
Oh, come on.
Oh,
now.
come on. It's so good.
Let me hear it.
You're the one that I've been waiting for. Gotta quit this crying. Nobody's gonna heal me if I don't open the door. Kinda hard to believe. Gotta have faith in me. Break out, break out, break out. Look at me. Get down, get down, get down, get down. Look at me. Break out, break out, break out, break out. Look at me now.
Yo, why does this sound like Born This Way?
Well, I know she's almost like ripping off herself now.
Yeah.
But it's good that she's going back to that versus the soft Joanna stuff.
That's all right.
The gays are freaking out all over the world.
Yeah, but Lady Gaga could release anything, and the monsters would go nuts for it. Like, it's Lady Gaga. It's okay. I don't hate it. I don't love it. I'm not dissing it. It's all right. Like, it just sounds like Born This Way.
Yeah, I like the beat. I love that version of Gaga. I just don't think that there's a big giant hook. I like Born This Way. I need a big Gaga chorus.
Here's what I think.
I was listening to this all night, loving it.
I don't not love it.
Oh, okay.
I just wish there was a big giant Gaga chorus
Here's what
attached
I think.
to it.
I don't think it was leaked in the sense that, oh my God, somebody from her camp did something devious and uploaded the song for everyone.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I think her team, quote unquote, leaked it, put it out there to see what fan reaction would be like. I don't think the song is finished. And she'll go back because you're right. There's no big hook.
No.
I think there are portions of the song that are missing that she will now go in and fill in and then release.
Well, now,
if she decides to
I'll tell you,
release
to me, that sounds like a done song. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have issued a warning over paparazzi harassment out west. The couple's lawyers claimed that photos of Meghan Markle yesterday out walking her dogs in a park with the kid and the baby Bjorn were taken by a photographer who was spying on them and hiding in the bushes. Sky News reports,
like a creeper?
Yeah, that photographers are permanently camped outside their house, and yet there is no information on what will happen if these warnings are not taken seriously. Laws are different. In England, there's strict privacy laws that protect even the royals from being photographed in public when they're not making official appearances. However, those laws are slightly different in Canada. That's why these UK papers now are having a field day with this, because they never would have been able to get these shots if they were still in London. They never would have been able to get them, but now they can.
Meghan and Harry, they have to know. Yes, you've left the royal family and you want to live a quote-unquote normal life, but you will never be able to live a normal life. Like, you can't go and freely walk around with your dogs and your family trying to enjoy the day And don't expect for the paparazzi to be out there snapping pictures,
There's different
right?
arguments to be made. One is it newsworthy? Right? Is it newsworthy? Is a woman in a park with her dogs and a kid newsworthy? So you have that argument. And then you have the expectation of privacy, right? So that's where you start getting into trouble. Because if you're at home and somebody's in a tree with a telephoto lens, you have the expectation of privacy at home.
Absolutely.
They can't take those pictures. But do you have the expectation of privacy if you are in the park having a conversation with your mother? Sure. You can make that argument. You can make that argument. So it's a tough argument to make, and especially in Canada. But I don't think that these warnings were directed at Canadian media. They were directed at the media,
UK.
at the UK media. So I don't know which rules apply, and I don't know if it comes down to one individual, if you have to make it personal, saying this person has been harassing me, and then what if they just switch out the photographer with another photographer? Does that change things? Like, there's a lot going on with this. But Prince Harry did an interview for a book. And the book was called Harry, Conversations with a Prince. And it came out the interview happened in 2018. And the writer of the book said that Prince Harry wanted to stop Netflix's The Crown before it gets to his life. Here's the writer.
Well, Harry, when I went to interview him in the palace, the first thing he said to me when he shook my hand was, "Are you watching The Crown?"
Oh, good.
And I hadn't been at the time. I felt very embarrassed. And I got it, and he said, "I'm going to make sure I stop it before they get to me."
Damn.
Not whether he was joking or not, but how's Meghan supposed to play herself on The Crown and win a Golden Globe if Harry kiboshes the whole thing?
That's it. She wanted that normal life.
Suspended Grammys chief Deborah Duggan alleges sexual misconduct within the Recording Academy. The Academy's chief executive alleges sexual harassment, voting corruption, and a rape cover-up within the Grammy organization.
What?
So the chief executive and the president of the Recording Academy, which organizes the Grammy Awards, who was suspended last week after misconduct allegations, has countered with her own 44-page legal complaint 5 days before the 2020 Grammys.
Oh.
So let me read you one part of this. One part reads this. Board members, this is when it comes to voting.
Okay.
Board members, including those who represent or have relationships with nominated artists, sit on these secret committees, the voting committees. The purpose of the nomination review committee, ostensibly, is to narrow the 20 potential nominations, which are ranked from 1 to 20 based on how the votes go, down to just 5 to 8. Okay, so they get a list of 20 potentials.
But they're like,
between all those people who have a seat or a say, they vote it, and then they get those 20 down to, say, 5 or 8.
Yeah.
Okay. To the most deserving artists prior to resubmitting the final list to find out who the winner is. She goes on to say, however, the board uses these committees as an opportunity to push forward artists with whom they have relationships. Indeed, it is not unusual for artists who have relationship with board members and who ranked at the bottom of the initial 20 list to end up receiving a nomination. She goes on to say, in an outrageous conflict of interest, the board has selected artists who are under consideration for nominations to sit on the committee that is voting for the category. As a result, one artist who initially ranked 18th out of 20 for the 2019 Song of the Year category ended up with a nomination. This artist was actually permitted to sit on the Song of the Year nomination committee. Incredibly, this artist is also represented by a member of the board. As a result, and it's not surprising that many high-caliber artists who could have taken home the award in a specific category have at times not been nominated at all. For instance, Ed Sheeran and Ariana Grande, who had been voted by the membership, missed out on the nominations in the 2019 Song of the Year category, in part because the aforementioned artist who ranked 18th out of 20 was nominated instead. So these board members have relationships with artists, they have relationships with record companies, and what they do is they push their own artists or people that they have business ties with to the top. So when everybody votes, there's an artist last year that was ranked 18 out of 20. That artist then got to sit in on the board during the nominations process.
What category was it again?
Song of the Year. And so she's saying now that the reason that Ed Sheeran and Ariana Grande were left off the 2019 Song of the Year category was because an artist who initially ranked 18th out of 20th in initial votings was moved to the top. So what were the 2019 nominations?
Song of the Year.
Yeah.
Donald Glover, This Is America. Kendrick Lamar, All the Stars. Ella May, Boot Up. Drake, God's Plan. In My Blood, Shawn Mendes. The Joke, Brandy Carlisle. The Middle, Zed, Maren Morrison Gray. And then Lady Gaga, Shallow. So somebody on that list had position 18 out of the 20 potential nominees.
That should not have been there.
Ended up on the board and became one of these.
Correct.
Nominated songs.
And bumped out Ed Sheeran and Ariana Grande, who were actually closer to the top of the list.
The Illuminati.
Yes, it is.
They're real.
The spreading coronavirus forces a lockdown of more Chinese cities. 2 more cities will be put on lockdown by the government, expanding an unprecedented experiment to try to contain the fast-spreading virus that has already killed 17 people and infected more than 500. Today, authorities in I want to say Huanggang, a city of 7.5 million people.
Wow.
So that they won't let long-distance trains and buses run from the city, and it's shutting down public transportation in the lockdown zone. Chinese authorities have suggested that the coronavirus is spreading between people primarily through coughing, kissing, and contact with saliva. It emerged from a seafood and livestock market in Wuhan and spread across China and into the U.S., Japan, South Korea, and Thailand. They say that it actually came from snakes.
Really?
So, because you could buy snakes at this food market and people eat them, and it originally came from snakes, and now it's spreading from person to person.
Scary, man.
Ozzy Osbourne, just after his interview where he said that he had Parkinson's disease, he is set to actually present an award on a Sunday night at the Grammys, so look out for that.
Wait, I found that story weird because
you thought that he had Parkinson's forever?
Yeah, didn't we all already know that he had Parkinson's?
No.
Oh.
No, he had been on medication and he had, other sort of things going on. I don't know. He's always looked like he had Parkinson's, and I know that that's a terrible thing to say.
No, that's why I said, I could have swore that we all knew that he had Parkinson's already.
No. The announcement just happened earlier this week. Taylor Swift's full trailer for Miss Americana dropped yesterday. January 31st is when that drops on Netflix. Here's a little bit of that.
Throughout my whole career, label executives would just say, a nice girl doesn't force their opinions on people. A nice girl smiles and waves and says thank you. I became the person everyone wanted me to be.
I think that Taylor Swift, she is annoying.
All of her model friends. Too good. Guys like a she's too skinny. Nobody physically saw me for a year. And that was what I thought they wanted. I had to deconstruct an entire belief system, toss it out, and reject it. American glory faded before me. It woke me up from constantly feeling like I was fighting for people's respect. I saw the scoreboard and ran for my life. It was happiness without anyone else's input. It's been a long time coming, but I feel really good about not feeling muzzled anymore. And it was my own doing. There's nothing that feels better than this moment.
And within the documentary, she's also going to premiere a brand new song called Only the Young. Its official Captain Marvel sequel is happening. Development has started. Brie Larson is back. Apparently, Disney is hoping to find a female director for the project. It's been reported that the sequel is going to be set in present day. So I don't know what that means in the timeline, but it's going to be set in present day and be written by Megan McDonnell, who is
I thought you were going to say Meghan Markle,
writer of the Disney Plus Marvel series WandaVision. WandaVision stars Elizabeth Olsen and Paul Bettany, of course, as Wanda Maximoff and aka Scarlet Witch and the Vision. So if it's present day, where does that fall in the timeline? Like, when did the big fight when did they beat Thanos? Was that far in the future?
Yeah, that was 5 years after Infinity War.
But was Infinity War in the future, or was Infinity War present day?
No, Infinity War was in the future. In 2 years, I think, in 2022. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
Because that's weird. To say present day, I don't know what that means in the Marvel timeline. Like present day as in after all of that?
Sorry, Endgame. I think, wait a minute. I don't know, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a bit of a...
Just give me the damn movie.
Yeah, okay, cool. Coming soon to Tinder, panic buttons and safety check-ins.
What?
Tinder's partner will send police if users feel threatened. The company says that many are comfortable with the privacy trade-off. So basically, they're going to integrate a third-party platform within their platform that will allow you to hit a panic button that will then be able to call police directly through the app. And there's going to be safety check-ins as well. So I guess
does that mean you have to have the app open the entire time? I assume so.
Yeah, sure. Right? Yeah. To offer the service, Tinder's parent company is taking a stake and a board seat in an app called Noonlight that tracks the location of users and notifies authorities in the event of safety concerns. Tinder plans to debut the feature free for U.S. users at the end of January, and then later on the year, they'll try and roll it out to other countries. So basically with this, there's a privacy trade-off. So in order to be able to use the panic button and safety check-ins on Tinder, you will now have to give up your privacy rights as far as being tracked by the app itself. So in order to use the service, you have to allow the app to track your movements so they know exactly where you are, which for Tinder, to tell people to use a feature, they have to allow Tinder
to follow you, basically.
And log where you are.
Like what Google does.
Yeah. So I don't know if that's going to be popular with Tinder users. I don't know if Tinder users want to be tracked and pinpointed to where they are while using Tinder.
I don't think anybody wants that.
And now it's time for Ask Roz and Mocha.
Yo, is it Neha or Neha?
It's Neha.
Neha, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. What is your question for Ask Roz and Mocha?
My question is, what is your weirdest school memory?
Ooh, what is your weirdest school memory? Well, do you have one?
Yeah, it was actually when a couple months back when the serial shitter came to our school and no one knew who it was. And it was after school and he just walked by with his bucket and his hard hat. And the smell was so bad that everyone left within 30 seconds.
Okay, hold on here.
Wait a minute. Okay.
We have to get backstory on this. Okay, so...
Are you saying that the guy that is in the news all the time for being accused of having poop in a bucket and then throwing it on people, you were a part of that?
Yeah, but he didn't actually throw it in our school.
He just walked through your school?
Wait, what school do you go to?
Maple High School.
Okay, so hold on here. So he went to a high school? You saw him at a high school?
Yeah.
Oh.
The same guy?
Yeah, the same guy. It was that first day where no one knew who he was.
So just for backstory, if you're listening not in Toronto or Canada, there was a story and there's a court case right now where there was a guy who was walking around with a bucket that was full of liquefied feces and poop. And he walked into a library at one of the universities and just threw it all over people who were sitting at a table on their laptops, on their books, everything. And then just turned around and walked out. Then he did it at another school, and then he did it to somebody on the street. And he was like the serial poop thrower. And they got him and they charged him. The case hasn't gone to court yet, but that's where we are right now. And then you say that you saw the poop thrower at your high school.
Yeah.
Oh.
So how did that story end? Like, did staff members, faculty, did anyone see him and chase him away, or he just like saw everybody and like he walked away himself?
I think the principal escorted him out.
Yeah. So he was in the school?
Yeah, he walked through our main hallway and then he turned around.
Did he have his bucket?
Yep.
Oh, man.
Woof.
All right, yeah, no, that's pretty weird.
Yeah, that's pretty weird.
Don't worry.
Mine isn't as awesome as that, but I do remember being in middle school and a group of friends and myself used to act out the news of the day with each other in the playground. And I remember once we all got together and Nelson Mandela being freed was a big thing that year. So we were like, okay, let's act out and be Nelson Mandela. So we used to, in the playground, we would play Nelson Mandela.
Like pretend being in jail?
And being freed, yeah.
Wow,
So-
you guys are rebels, man. Damn.
Neha, do you have to go to school now?
Yeah, I actually have an exam
no
right
problem.
now.
We'll let you go. We'll continue on with this. We'll catch up with you later.
Okay, good luck and
Okay.
thank you for listening.
Okay,
Thanks,
thank
love.
you.
Later, girl.
Thank you.
So while everybody else was like, I don't know.
Swinging or playing catch or
I don't know where you
kissing
went to school,
girls.
man. Where did you go to school? Where did you go to school? Swinging and playing catch.
Well, like in the playground. Like, I don't know. What do you do?
So
Like,
you played Nelson Mandela?
Yeah, and we called it that. Okay, so can we play Nelson Mandela
How often
today?
would you play Nelson Mandela?
Went for a whole year. We played Nelson
A
Mandela.
year?
So
And then
break
I
this-
remember when it ended because I asked Benji, my friend Benji, I'm like, do you want to play Nelson Mandela today? He's like, nah, I'm not into playing Nelson Mandela anymore.
Okay, break me through. Walk us through here the like the sort of aspects of what a game of Nelson Mandela was.
Yeah.
Like, how would you
How
play?
many people were involved?
There was the three of us.
Okay,
It was
the three of you.
myself, Benji, and one other guy.
And so, what would you guys do?
So, like, one of us would play Nelson Mandela.
How were you
One of
able to
us-
decide who played Nelson Mandela?
It was usually like, okay, fine, I'll be Nelson Mandela this
Nobody
time.
wanted to be Nelson Mandela. So,
Wow.
who were the other two characters?
One
in
was the
game?
lawyer, and then somebody else was like the reporter, right?
Okay.
So, and then you would be, I guess, sort of pretending you're in jail, and then freed, and you'd be like, "Yay, I'm free!" And then the reporter,
And then end of game? So, so how long did this game last? Like
and
2
somebody would
minutes?
try and be like, well, how would it play it in court? Or somebody would try to be the reporter. How does it feel to be free, Nelson Mandela?
And then Nelson Mandela would say what?
And he'd be like, "It is great to be free," or whatever the saying was at the time.
I don't know if there was like a saying.
Wow, you may be the only person who played Nelson Mandela as a game in
Topical.
the schoolyard. For a year, though.
I know. Until Benji wouldn't play with us.
Okay, and then
Wow, because he saw how much fun everyone was having on the swings.
So when you
I was
guys
like, I need some of that action.
when you guys used to play the news, aside from playing Nelson Mandela, what other games did you play? What other stories did you cover?
Please don't say Paul Bernardo.
I was going to say the Scarborough Rapist.
No, you didn't.
We did.
What did you do?
Because his pictures were all over the gas station at the time, right? So we were like, what if he got caught? So let's play Paul Bernardo
Right.
and act as though he got caught. That'll be the news of the day in the playground.
Right. And then so what would happen?
Benji would have his hands behind his back.
You would arrest Benji.
Yeah,
and
Benji.
pretend that he was Paul Bernardo.
Yeah, because I remember when he's like, I don't want to play Nelson Mandela anymore. And we were like, okay, fine. Do you want to play Scarborough Rapist?
It says so much, huh?
Yeah,
You know what I
big
mean?
time.
Yeah. It says so much.
Anyway, do you have a weird school memory, Roz?
I went to school at a really I was in junior high, like right in the middle of the of the 80s, and there were very few. School was very different then. The idea of zero tolerance was non-existent, and nobody had ever used the word bully in context of school.
Uh-huh.
And rules were much different. I remember two things. I remember when I was in junior high, and then this kid from the high school wanted to fight me. And I was like, I didn't want to fight, but it was just going to go down. It was all going to go down. And at that point, when there was a fight after school, like 100 kids from both schools just used to pour onto a street corner and make a big giant circle, and you were just supposed to go fight this kid.
Oh, like in the
right?
movies.
Like in the movies. Lots of kids, like lots and lots and lots of kids. And I remember two things. The first one I remember is this kid wanted to fight me, and it was going to happen. And everybody in the school knew that it was going to happen after school. And I just sort of like hung back a little bit. And I remember after school, a teacher walking me to the door and patting me on the back and wishing me luck and opening the door for me.
What?
Yeah, 100%.
Out you go.
Out you go.
Really?
Yeah, because it was off school property, so technically there was nothing they could do.
But not encourage you is one thing not to do.
No, it was pat me on the back, good luck, and then out you go. The other thing that happened is there was a kid who was getting like relentlessly, and you can say the word now, bullied by this other kid. And this one kid was a smaller kid. And this bigger kid at the school had it in for him. And it was like physical bullying, like hardcore physical bullying. And it got back to the teachers that this kid was being bullied by this guy named Jamie. And I remember our teachers coming to me and a friend of mine. And he went, so you know the situation that's going on with Jamie and then this other small kid? And we're like, yeah. And he goes, so here's what I need you guys to do. I need you to make sure that Jamie never gets a hold of him.
Really?
And I was like, okay. And he's like, can you do
you
that?
guys are children.
And he's like, can you do that for me? And I was like, and we were like, yeah. So he basically deputized us to protect this kid who was being bullied and basically giving us permission to beat up this other kid if it got to that. Instead of doing anything about it. Like that's what they would do. They would let you handle it. It was wild. It was like a prison yard.
Wow. Yeah, and imagine you all just played Nelson Mandela.
Yeah, it was really wild. It was really wild. And I remember those two things clearly and we took it seriously and like we did it. Like we made sure
but now,
that he wasn't.
In the movies, when you're in this big massive circle and people fight, sometimes you know somebody comes in and like usually a pretty girl and is like, guys, don't fight, just be friends. And then you guys shake hands and then you guys are like best friends for life.
We were friends. That's the thing.
So did you ever have to knuckle up with this guy?
Oh.
With Jamie?
Did we? No, we never knuckled up with Jamie. It was crazy. He was in junior high and he had a mustache.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah, dude. Like, this guy was, like, legit.
Yeah.
And he just showed up one day, too, right? Like, he just showed up out of nowhere. And then we all thought that he came from juvie.
Yeah.
Right? Because he looked a little older.
Like the badass from Stranger Things?
Like, he looked like he had missed a few years in life.
Yeah.
And he was just sort of starting over somewhere. Because he had a mustache in junior high, like a full mustache in junior high.
Like those teen mustaches?
And,
where it's kind of like
the other
fair
thing was that he had adult running shoes. When you're in junior high, you still get kid running shoes. You know what I mean? Because like your parents never wanted to buy you like super expensive running shoes, and like everybody kind of had the same running shoes. But he had like the running shoes that dads would wear, and we all thought that was real weird. That he had like grown up running shoes, and we all had like Sparks. Because when you're a kid, you want like cool running shoes, right? But he wore like dad running shoes,
like Reebok.
It was just weird. Like they were very much like when you would see like parents wearing his shoes. It was odd. The whole time, the whole kid, everything about him was just odd.
I don't know if I have any weird school memories. Like a lot of them are like strange school memories for me are all like pretty tragic because they're all terrible things that have happened.
Sure.
Like traumatizing almost.
Yeah.
I don't have like a weird, quirky, like we all got together and played Nelson Mandela.
Right.
Were you in school when you stole something and got in trouble?
Bro,
like from the mall?
Narc, what are you doing, snitch?
No, I'm just trying to help him out with a story.
No, what's the matter with you? Why you gotta snitch?
I'm not. I'm sort of. Was this when you were in school?
Snitch? Why you gotta snitch?
I don't think it's snitching. I think
yes,
it's
I was arrested once.
Why do you think they threw Nelson Mandela in jail? Snitching.
Well, see,
I'm not sure if that's true, by the way. I don't think that's true.
No, that's not true.
Right? Is that not true?
That's definitely not true.
That's not true. Okay.
That's definitely not true.
I thought it was snitching. I did, but now I know different, and I take it back.
Oh, okay, I got one. When I was in 7th grade, up until 7th grade, right?
Yeah.
I thought the term cold turkey meant literal cold turkey.
Oh.
And in 7th grade, Mr. Dunn, our teacher, was talking about the dangers of smoking.
Right.
And, what smoking is going to do to you, how bad it is for your health and your lungs. And then he said something about quitting cold turkey. And then I put up my hand and I was like, Mr. Dunn, I don't understand how eating cold turkey helps people stop smoking all of a sudden.
No, I know. That's wild. So when did you find out? Like, is this one of the
That
this
day,
sort of thing-
because he started laughing.
Oh.
And then all the other kids started laughing. They're like,
oh, like all the kids knew what cold turkey meant?
No, like not like actual cold turkey, stupid.
Man.
It isn't?
Wow. What were you showing me, Maury?
I wrote down it isn't because I thought it was. Like I thought.
Why didn't you just say that? I can't read.
You're
when
such
you
a
write stuff
liar.
Like that.
What does it mean? I always assumed that it meant like you start eating cold turkey and it takes
you
away
don't.
the
I
cravings.
can't have this conversation with you.
So that, I believe, is my weirdest school memory.
Right.
Okay, Mark has another weirdo question. What's the weirdest gift you've ever received? Weirdest gift you've ever
sake.
received. You have an answer for that?
Go ahead.
From Matthew's brother, he gave us a massive wooden penis that's also a bottle opener.
Excuse me?
Yeah, it's a massive wooden penis bottle opener.
Now, when you say massive, show me with your hands. I need to know
like
what you think
this
massive
big,
is.
made out of wood, like hand-carved penis that's a bottle opener.
Okay, like how does it stand on the counter? Like
yeah, it
upright?
stands. Yeah, and where the testicles are is where you open the bottle.
So hold on, you don't.
What?
Yeah.
That wouldn't be I would assume that would be the handle.
Yeah.
No, the handle is the penis.
Oh, maybe that makes sense then.
And
Maybe
the
that
metal
makes sense.
and the metal bottle opener sticks out of the testicle area.
Like the base of the testicles, or like
sort of behind where your body would be.
Okay, and so how does it stand on the counter?
No, I guess it doesn't.
It
It's
would
sort of
lie
just-
down.
It would lie down. Yeah.
You would just rest it.
Yeah, you're resting.
So where is it now? Do
In
you
Matthew's
use it-
sock drawer.
Excuse me?
Why?
Because he's hiding it there because in case we have people come over to do maintenance and stuff, he doesn't want anyone to mistakenly find the wooden penis bottle opener.
But if you had people coming over doing maintenance, why would they be going through your drawers?
No, they won't. That's why we put it there.
Right, but I would much. Why not?
No. Like, why would they be going through the drawers in your kitchen where you would normally
He doesn't
keep
know.
the bottle
He thinks
opener?
that's why when we get a notice that somebody's coming over to change the filter or whatever,
You have to
we
run around
hide-
the house and hide all the wooden cocks. I'll tell you, man. If I had a wooden penis bottle opener, and it would never even go anywhere near my bedroom because I know that that's the day that I'm going to choke on a chicken bone and die, and then somebody's got to go clean out my stuff, and they're going to see a huge wooden penis in my sock drawer.
And you're not around to explain.
No, and I'm not around to explain that I put it there because I didn't want somebody to think I was a perv.
You could, but you could put it in a drawer with a note now in case you die. The note could sit there for years.
I got an idea.
And the note could just say, "This was a gift. I put it here because I didn't want anyone to find me in case I die."
I have a great idea. Get rid of the wooden penis.
No, because also Matthew's worried that our fingerprints are on the wooden penis and someo's going to track it back to us.
Can you do me a huge favor?
Oh, you want it?
I would swear to God, I would love this. Give it to me so I can put it in the fireplace.
Okay.
I'll stand it up. I'll stand it up. I'll get some hot coals on the bottom, and then I'll just stand it right up, and I'll watch it burn, and I'll film the whole thing.
I have a better idea.
Yeah?
Yes, I was going to suggest you film the whole thing.
Yeah.
Right? But set the camera up on a tripod.
Oh,
Make
yeah.
sure you get the entire,
100%.
right?
Yeah.
And then you take that video
Yeah.
and loop it for like 4 hours. You
Right.
put it up on YouTube.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
then
viral.
Every Christmas, when people are looking for those fire log videos to play on their TVs,
Yes.
if they don't have a video, they have that.
That's true. That's true. Maury, the stain on the wood, is it a dark stain or a light stain?
Oh, very dark.
Okay, I figured. Just by the way he did with his hands. You know what I mean?
Roz, you have an answer for
Yeah.
this? What's the weirdest gift that you've ever
Well,
received?
hopefully soon it's going to be a giant wooden penis bottle opener.
Was it not the Grey Cup book I gave you?
No. Did I get a weird gift? Geez, man. Yeah, I think that I think that when you're early on in relationships, when you're younger, is often a time when you get weird gifts.
Yeah.
You know, like I think that somebody gave me a pair of leather hot pants once.
What?
Yeah.
You still have them, don't you?
No.
Oh.
I never wore them. No, they didn't fit. And I suspected that they had previously belonged to somebody else.
Oh, a re-gift.
Yeah, it was like a re-gift of like leather shorts, basically. And I never asked for leather shorts, but I got a pair of leather shorts, and I suspected that they had already been worn by somebody else just because of the way they felt.
Oh.
You know? And so like stuff like that. I always find that the weird gifts are when you are dating somebody and they would sort of buy themselves something that they thought you would like. You know what I
Sure.
mean? Like a sexy thing or, like a new, lingerie or something. I always felt weird about that stuff because I never find that stuff attractive.
Right.
Right. Like I've never been that guy. I've never been the garter belt guy. It's too busy. There's too much stuff going on. Right. And so that sort of thing where they're the gift.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was never really into that.
I think like the only thing that ever stands out in my mind as a weird gift.
Yeah.
And I believe we talked about this on the last podcast.
Yeah.
Where Dammit Maury once gave me cologne, but it's the same cologne that his husband wears.
That's very weird. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I will argue to the day that I die that's an endearing gift.
Every year for about 5 years, somebody I knew in my family would give me nose hair trimmers.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Like
it's
take-
weird.
Take a hint, pal.
But like not even just the same person. It's always like a different person.
Because everybody knows.
Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah.
Like, how do you not take that personally, right?
Like all people who talk to each other, you think?
I don't know.
Like, you think there's like-
not even.
Oh,
not
so
even.
there's not like a chance that there's like a
No.
secret group chat going around and being like, yo, okay,
No.
who's going to give him the gift this year?
No, Catherine bought me ball cream for Christmas this year for my stocking.
What?
Yeah, it's great. And I used it once and I'm like, this is actually really wonderful. I'll get you the name of the company on the next podcast. But it's a cream, like an ointment, and you just keep it in the bathroom and it looks in a regular bottle, only it says like ball cream. This cream is for your balls, right? And you squirt a little bit on and then you rub down there after a shower and it dries them out. So it prevents sweating kind of thing.
Really?
Like it's almost like a creamy version of what like talc would be, but nobody wants to use talc anymore, right? But it's sort of that same thing. And I remember later on that day, I had gone for groceries. I'd like moved a shelf up the stairs, everything else. And I was wearing my tight jeans. And I remember I went downstairs to get undressed later. And I was like, oh my God, my balls are dry. Like it actually really works.
Does it have a smell?
Yeah, it smells nice.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Like cedar wood or something?
No, it's like it's almost
Vanilla?
No, it's pretty. Like it's almost pretty. Like it doesn't smell like gasoline or something manly, right? Like it's a pretty smell. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right. Gina has a specific question for you, Roz.
Yeah.
Whenever your daughter Roxy asks you what your favorite age of hers is, you always say, quote, the age you are right now.
Right.
Gina wants to know if you gave that same answer when she was 3, aka a three-nager.
Yeah.
Or did you say something else? God. I assume Gina has a 3-year-old right now.
Yeah. 3's awful.
Where they go through just nonstop terror.
Yeah, 3's awful. No, because she never asked then.
Yeah, she wouldn't
She
ask.
she only started to ask later.
Three-nager. I never heard that before. That's a great line.
Yeah. No, she only started to ask sort of later in life, and when you're able to, when kids start asking is when kids realize that grown-ups find babies cute.
Ah.
That's when it becomes a concern. And so it took Roxy a little bit longer because she's an only child. So if we had another kid, like if she was 3 and we had another baby in the house, I'm sure she would have asked much sooner.
Sure.
But because that didn't happen in our world, she would just ask later when.
Our son, Cruz, who is going to be 3 at the end of April.
Oof.
He's like three-nager.
Yeah.
Right? So there will be times where, my God, he disses me so hard.
Yeah.
And it breaks my heart, man.
That's what you get.
Like, he'll run up to me and he'll like push me and he'll be like, don't want daddy, only want mommy.
Yeah.
Right? And I'll go run to Jenna.
Yeah.
I'll be like, oh man, bro, I just got home from work, man. All I wanted to do was see you, right?
I know. No.
The other day, no word of a lie. So above the couch in the family room, we have a nice family photo, right?
Yeah.
Jenna, myself, and Cruz when he was like 12 days old. So we're there sitting on the couch and he gets up and he's standing on the couch looking up at the wall, looking at the picture. And he goes, Mommy and Cruzy. And I was like, very good. I'm like, who else? He goes, and Mummy. And I was like, and who else? And Cruz. I was like, is there anybody else in that picture? And he's like, I see Cruz. I was like, what about daddy? He's like, oh yeah, daddy.
Yeah.
And then there's like a long pause and he goes, Mummy and Cruz.
Wow.
I was like, all right, I'm gonna just leave.
Wow. That hurts though, huh?
Oh man,
You know what I mean?
it hurts so
it hurts
much.
the heart, like right through the heart.
I was like, the only thing I want to do when I'm at work is be at home and hang out with you and play.
Yeah.
And then as soon as I get home, all you do is diss me constantly.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard, and that like you got another little while for that too.
Yeah.
before that calms down. Like
great.
you haven't even hit 3 yet, right? Like
And it's so embarrassing. Sometimes when I go and pick him up from school,
Yeah.
he's like throws himself on the ground in front of the teachers and like at the top of his lungs in front of all of his friends, he's like, "Don't want to go home with daddy." I'm like, man.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough, especially when you miss them. Like that's the problem. Like you'll come home and you're like, God, I miss my boy. I just miss him so much. And then you're gonna look at him and you realize that he does not miss you at all. Not only that, he's actually kind of pissy you're home now.
Yes.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
Dad,
the worst.
get out.
Yeah,
I know
it's the
you
worst.
just got home.
We were having so much fun before you got here, right?
Thanks for ruining my day.
Yeah.
Sarah asks, what was your first breakup like? You guys remember your first breakup?
Like my first like little kid breakup, or like at my first breakup.
Yeah, I would say breakup.
Where you were like,
I don't consider like, junior high or like elementary school or anything like that.
okay, let's say grade 9 plus.
Done.
Okay.
Grade 9 plus.
Yeah.
Your
Grade 9
first
plus.
breakup. Do you remember?
Yeah, I mean, I've had a lot of breakups.
All right, stud.
I had a lot of breakups. I remember one time I was just so destroyed that this girl dumped me that I just remember lying on the floor in the family room, listening to sad music with my dog. My dog was lying down, and I just put my head on his back.
Aw.
And I was lying on the ground, just like so devastated and just so upset. Listening to sad music with my dog, and I just sat there and I just like talked to my dog, and I told my dog everything about how much I love this girl and all this stuff. And then he didn't move, and he was like a great listener. And
Dude, that's breaking my heart.
Yeah, that breakup really, really hurt a lot. So that was like one of the first where it was like, I would say it was devastating.
Do you remember why or the reason that was given for the breakup?
Oh, God. You would break up then for no apparent reason at all. Like you would break up because they, wanted to go out with somebody else, or you would break up with them because their friends didn't like you, or you would break up with them for like their parents didn't like you. Like there's all sorts of dumb reasons. It wasn't like we didn't see a future with each other, or you didn't want to have kids, because you're not at that level. Like it's whenever you break up in grade 10, it's stupid reasons.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm pretty sure in it was either 9th or 10th grade, white girl I was dating broke up with me because I think it was her dad, who was a police officer, didn't like the fact that she was seeing or talking to a brown guy.
Really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it was. I could be wrong.
Wow.
I'm
that
pretty
hurts.
sure that's what it was.
That's straight to the bone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maury?
I remember, I didn't have young relationships like you people. But
what do you mean, you people?
Like you good-looking people. My first relationship was when I was 18.
Right.
And I walked into the club, I walked into Boots, and I found him making out with another guy.
That hurts.
Yeah, and he's like, I never loved you.
Yeah, that hurts.
How long were you guys together for?
We were together for a year. We moved, it's like he was the reason I moved out of my dad's place. But I knew something was up when he insisted on
When he was making out with another guy?
No, even before that, where we wouldn't share a bed. Like he had his own bed and I had my own bed in our bachelor apartment, and
You were living together?
Yeah, and our beds were head to head. Like he had his own bed, I had my own. He wouldn't even sleep in the same bed.
Why?
I don't know. He's like, oh, I'm just more comfortable in my own bed.
Were you intimate though?
Yeah, fairly.
What does that mean? Fairly?
Well, when he instigated, like he had to, like it was like if I, like it had to be on his terms.
Okay. What does that mean?
Like if I was, putting on,
You couldn't instigate.
I
You couldn't
couldn't
initiate
instigate. Yeah,
any sort of
only if he
intimacy.
Now, where would it happen? In his bed or yours?
In his bed.
Always?
Yeah. Yeah.
Not your bed, though?
Not my bed.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I would...
Wait, and your bed, the bed that you slept in, it belonged to you? Like you had to buy that bed, or you brought that
my
bed
childhood
from...
bed. It was my childhood bed.
And you brought it to your sex palace?
Maybe that's why.
Did he bring his childhood bed too?
Yeah.
Oh, so
That's
weird.
weird.
And I'll never forget
like
when
the bed that you
weird.
slept in when you were like 4. That's
so
right?
weird.
Is the bed
When you
that you're
got-
having relations in when you're 18,
I
19
had
years
that
old?
same. I had that same bed all the way through my 20s.
Now I gotta when you're on that bed, being intimate, is it hard to navigate your feet through the wagon wheel on the end, or no? It's easy.
And I remember walking into the club and seeing him making out with another guy. And I remember a friend of mine like grabbing me and pulling me away going, it's okay. There's nothing to see here. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Oh, they all knew.
Yeah,
they all knew.
They all knew.
They all knew that he's stepping out on you.
I think
That's
they were
the worst
surprised
too.
because I wasn't supposed to be there.
Yeah, I was in a situation like that in my adult life where I was with somebody and they were messing around on me, but not like messing around discreetly. They had another full boyfriend, and everybody knew. And nobody said anything to me. Like
Don't you want to sit them all down and be
knew.
like, why wouldn't you just tell me?
Yeah, everybody
that
knew.
sucks, dude.
Everybody knew, and nobody said a word. And it was awful. Like it was really, really, really terrible. Yeah. So I told her I hope she dies alone.
And oh wow, did you end up talking to this guy?
Oh well, we had to go home together afterwards, right? And
Because you're still living together.
That's right.
Did he bring the other guy? Was he cute?
No, he didn't bring the other guy.
So how long until you guys like
he moved out like a week later or whatever.
He moved out, not you.
No, I kept the place, and then this girl that I knew, she moved in.
Right. And you never had any girlfriends before you came out or anything like that, right? Like you didn't
Like friends
have
that you're girls with?
No,
or-
like a girlfriend. No, you didn't.
No.
Okay.
Friends that you're girls
Because
with?
that happens.
Friends that you're girls that you're friends with.
Yeah, friends that you're girls with. All right, next question.
What is this is from Shannon. What is a story about you that sounds fake but is 100% real?
Oh my God.
I don't
These
have any of
questions
those.
this week.
I don't have any of those. A story about you that sounds fake but is 100% real?
See, Maury can't answer this because all your stories are fake.
That's true.
No, that's not. No, they're mostly true.
Right.
What was the last lie you told to us?
During this podcast. No?
Story that.
What is a story about you that sounds fake but is 100% real?
Oh, that my dad and I won a trip to Barbados from a chocolate bar.
Okay.
I'll never forget. And we went. It was
Yeah.
from a Mirage chocolate bar.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And I also remember my dad and I argued about who won because I picked the package of chocolate bars. I opened it, it said winner, but he will to this day say, yeah, but I paid for it. So
Right.
technically I won. And I'm like,
So
no.
do you remember like what
I remember the
happened-
trip
What happened the
1,000%.
day that you guys showed up at the chocolate factory?
No, we went to the office or whatever, and I will never forget my dad was trying to get, because it came with spending money, and my dad was trying to negotiate for them to give more spending money.
How much spending money did you get
Came
for
with
the trip?
$1,000 spending money.
Jeez, that's a lot of money.
And I know.
But what did you say when you met Willy Wonka?
Oh no, it was not Willy Wonka. It was Nestle.
Yeah.
But I do remember going.
Yeah.
It was Haywood's in Barbados, and this is the place where I remember my dad met some girl there.
Of course he did,
and,
stud.
and she would always leave soaps and shampoos for me in the bush.
In the what?
She would always leave the soaps and shampoos from her
Hold on.
room in the bush for me.
Oh, wait. So your dad didn't hook up with somebody who worked at the resort?
No, it was like just another woman that was there, right? Because it was like, I think it was more for single adults.
Hold on. Your dad went to hedonism and took you?
Haywood's.
Okay.
And she would always leave little gifts for me in the bushes. This sort of like a, hey, how are you?
Sort
kind
of like
thing.
Easter while they were in the room doing stuff?
You had to wait outside of the room at the resort while your dad was hooking up with some gal that he met on this Barbados trip?
Well, you went looking through bushes for soap?
See?
No, this is not real.
See?
This is not real.
1,000% real.
No, this is not
1,000% real. Yeah.
Absolutely
Yeah.
not.
Can you imagine somebody like, oh my God. So it's like Easter, right?
I can't believe this. No, this is not real.
Well, your dad's in there with the Easter bunny.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, found all the soaps.
Wow. And did they continue the relationship after they got back or no? No. Your dad's a stud. Jeez, man.
Anton wants to know, what is one day you would love to relive?
Today, because I can't get enough of hearing that about that time where he walked into a bar and saw his boyfriend making out with another guy.
Ouch.
Do you know I'm still friends with that guy and wish him a happy birthday on his birthday? Like if you go to the Facebook Messenger, it's
Yeah.
literally me just going happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday.
Does he ever write back to you
No.
at all? Why are you still writing this guy then, man?
Just to be nice.
It's not nice though.
And his
Does your-
favorite band, I'll never, like the week before I saw him making out, his favorite band is Sonic Youth. And I remember going and standing in line to meet them, and I got their autograph on a poster, and I put a rose in a tube with the poster and gave it. Like, come on, man, does it not just bring you to tears?
Well, yeah, no, I'm not saying you didn't do a lot. I'm saying now in present day, stop messaging the man.
Does your husband, damn it, Matthew, know that you are still in contact or trying to contact your ex-boyfriend?
No,
That
but
cheated
I'll
on
tell
you?
you this.
No.
I recently told Matthew that the
Of course
laundry
not.
hamper we use was his, and Matthew immediately threw it out and got another laundry hamper.
Really?
Because I'm like, oh, by the way, did you know that basket belonged to him?
Yeah, it's where we used to put the towels that we use for cleanup. I'd throw it away too.
Oh my God. So Matthew has no idea that you are still trying to message this guy.
No, but he talks to his ex once in a while.
Right.
His ex once came over and slept over, and his ex, when I was sick, had to take my temperature.
Excuse me?
What? Oh, you weird. You
guys are
live
weird,
such a
man.
weird life,
You guys
man.
are weird.
Yeah.
That's too weird.
But, okay, here's what I need to understand.
Yeah.
Too much time on this story.
I
But
know.
so it's okay for Matthew to still be in contact with and invite over his ex-boyfriend, but a laundry hamper that was once owned by your ex-boyfriend when you were 18 and you are now 41 years old got thrown in the garbage because Matthew got like jealous or something?
Yeah, but I find that kind of cute that he gets jealous and thinks that I've never been with anyone
You
else.
should show him the years and years of happy birthdays you're sending to this guy on Facebook that he hasn't replied to.
Like, don't get me wrong. If we had, like, if I went down the basement and I was like, hey, I'm going to use the hammer. And Catherine was like, yeah, that hammer was my ex-boyfriend's. I'd throw it in the garbage.
Yeah.
You would?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, I don't want that in my house.
But who cares? It's a hammer.
Yeah, I know. I don't want it in my house.
Like,
I used to be cool with stuff like that. The older I get, the less cool I am with stuff like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't.
But
I don't
you
need
guys
it.
have been together for like forever, man.
No, it's just you know what the thing is this? I guess it's because it means nothing to me to throw a perfectly good hammer in the garbage because I will just go and buy one and not think twice about the fact that I just spent
so
money
it bothers
on a hammer.
Like it bothers you. Think like you imagine him hammering up a picture of the two of them together on the wall.
No, it's not even that. I don't want anything like that in my life. Right?
Yeah.
I don't want anything like that in my life. And I used to be completely fine with stuff like this. Completely fine. And normally when you get older, you get more chill. But the older I get, the more uptight I get when it comes to all that stuff.
Huh, see, I'm the opposite.
just don't care.
Yeah.
Remember when everyone had the Nintendo Wii?
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
So Jenna had one when we had met and we were going to play a game one night and she hadn't turned the gaming system on in forever and turned it on. And you remember you used to have your own little characters? Everyone made your own character, you name them. And I guess her ex-boyfriend, his character was still on the system and she was like, oh shoot, like I got to delete that. I was like, it's fine. Like I'm not bothered by it. It's totally cool.
Right.
And so she deleted it, whatever. And I never, like it never bothered me. And then years later.
Were his records still in the game?
Oh, I didn't even check.
Oh, how did you not check? I would have spent my entire summer that year beating all his records.
You're like, oh babe,
Yeah.
I'm better.
yeah. And I would let her know too. Crushed another one.
Yo, get this.
Oh,
So there
I
was
couldn't stand for
one
that.
day, right?
Yeah.
We were going to a Jays game. We were going to the baseball game.
Yeah.
And we were outside the Rogers Center. And her ex-boyfriend walks by. I guess he works in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
And walks by. And he was like, oh, hey. And I was totally fine, right? I was like, hey, what's up? And the two of them chatted, whatever. And then we went to the baseball game. Anyway, I guess he messaged her on, what was it, LinkedIn, I think, while we were at the game.
No.
Yeah. Right? Here's another thing.
See, that's not cool.
Y'all got to be careful with LinkedIn. It's not just for business.
No.
All right?
Really?
No. Man.
People are cruising on LinkedIn?
Yes. It's like
Come
Tinder.
on.
Are you kidding me? So he messaged her, right?
Yeah.
And he said something like, it was good seeing you. I couldn't help but notice that you don't look very happy. We should get a drink sometime.
Oh my God.
Oh, wow.
Right?
You know what? See, you can't do that, man.
And she showed me the message. I was like, oh man, what a clown. Like, what are you going to, like?
No.
I think she messaged him back, was like, no, I'm very happy. You know, thanks very much. And I think she just ended it.
Yeah. No, I can't be part of that. I can't. That guy needs to just go.
What a move.
No, I can't do that.
What
On
did he-
LinkedIn, for God's sake.
What did he think the response would be? You're right.
Well, sure. That's why you throw it out there,
Yeah.
right? You know, you throw it out there.
Wow.
Okay, Rachel asks, if you could flick a switch and wipe any band or musical artist off the face of the earth, who would it be and why?
If I could flip a switch and wipe... Now, they are like non-existent. You're not killing anyone.
No. You're just like erasing them from history.
Erasing them from history.
Who would it be and why?
It's a really interesting thing because I'm not going necessarily for somebody that I may find annoying. I would go for somebody who I found annoying but also influenced so many other people to be just as annoying.
Oh, like Lil Uzi Vert?
I don't know who that is.
Oh. Any of the mumble rappers these days?
Is he annoying?
Huh?
Is he annoying?
Oh, so annoying.
Yeah?
I mean, I think so at least.
And then there's a part of me that I would want to eliminate somebody just because I'd be curious what the world of sort of music would be like without them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like what would music be like today, say, if there were no Beatles? Right? Like, you know that movie, that movie that just came
Yesterday,
out.
I think it was
Yesterday.
called, right?
Like I'm curious as to what music would be like because there's so many people that were influenced by them that maybe wouldn't exist. What would the world today be like if I said Drake vanished?
Oh, yeah, true. Who would be the biggest rapper / artist / entertainer in the entire world?
But who's famous right now because of Drake?
Oh, God. Could you argue The Weeknd? Could you argue Rick Ross? Could you argue Future?
Yeah.
Like any of these artists that he like collaborates with
so
on the regular?
let's say there's no Drake. That means there's no Weeknd.
I could be wrong, not to discount any of their talents.
No, but I'm just saying, well, you can draw lines, right? So I'm drawing lines. So I'm saying right now, if Drake didn't exist in this world, the world wouldn't just be without Drake. It would potentially be without everybody that Drake has either influenced or had a hand in their careers since he started, which is an astronomical amount of people.
Or to go back even further, it would be Jay-Z. If Jay-Z didn't exist.
I was going to say, if you did that with Madonna, then you'd get no Lady Gaga. You'd get like how many people were influenced by Madonna?
Well, exactly, right? Like, let's say there's no Madonna.
Oh my God, I can't.
Any band or musical artist, if you can wipe them off the face of the earth, who would it be? Well, I would definitely say Madonna and or Mariah Carey.
No, the world needs them.
For what?
Well, then
memes and like
then
to
my
poke fun of.
community has nobody to dance to.
No, that's true. It's true. It's true. Who are you left with?
Cyndi Lauper?
Right. Yeah.
Do you have an answer, Maury?
No, but I see what Roz is talking about. Like, I never thought of it that way. Like, I was just going to be like, I don't know this person, but like, it's an interesting way of thinking about it.
Michael Jackson.
Oh,
wow.
Boy. Like everybody.
Yeah.
If you got rid of Michael Jackson,
you have no Neo.
You have no nobody.
You have no nobody. Yeah. Michael Jackson. I'm going to go with Michael Jackson.
Wow.
Just because
Just out of curiosity.
I'd be curious to see what the world would look
Elvis
like.
Presley.
Okay.
Can you imagine what the world would be like without Elvis Presley?
Yeah. I would say Michael. Yeah. I mean, yes, along those same lines. But I think that Elvis as an individual was very significant. But I don't know if, say, Elvis had the impact musically on
No, but
people.
he had the impact because don't forget, like when he danced, they zoomed in on him because they didn't want to show his hips moving.
No, but I
And he
mean,
fought that.
I mean the impact on other artists, right? Like without Michael Jackson, there is no
everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
wow,
there's no everybody.
Yeah,
there's no Weird Al without Michael Jackson.
This is true.
True. Oh man,
You know what I mean?
Who would
Like-
Weird Al be?
Yeah. Like there's no
Trying
Weird
to parody,
Al,
right?
Yeah, there's no Weird Al without Michael Jackson.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to end on this question.
All right.
Because I think it's an important question for us to answer because this is what Lisa says.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me how you handle commuting every day. I have started a new job and the struggle is real. I actually got rear-ended during my very first week and now the commute is even worse. Your podcast helps, but tell me you have a magical solution for work-life balance, bless you, while commuting. So here's the thing, Lisa. When the three of us commute into work, because we broadcast in Toronto 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. every single day, Monday to Friday, we don't have that typical rush hour traffic that everyone else that works, let's say an 8 to 4 or a 9 to 5 or whatever, your traditional morning traffic commute, right? The neighborhood that I live in, as it stands right now, when I'm on the road, it takes me about 40, maybe 45 minutes on a good day, 35 minutes to get to work, where typically if we did like a post 10 a.m. show, it would probably take me an hour and a half to get here.
Yeah. I sit in a lot of traffic
Yeah.
at night when I'm leaving the TV show, like a lot of traffic. And I just always find that, and I take Uber when I'm coming home. And I find that it's time that I need to use wisely.
Sure.
That is where, and it's not just catching up on emails. I don't mean that kind of use my time wisely. I'll use it to learn something. You know, I'll do a lot of reading, or I'll watch, videos or lectures on things that I have no knowledge about, but I'm extremely interested in it. Like world politics or carpentry. I don't even know, like anything. Like I always use that hour that I'm in the car at the end of the day as like an hour of class, like where I'm just going to go sit for an hour and learn something. And it's not the same thing every day. Like I'll learn something new every day, or I'll get interested in something every day. But for me, where commuting sucks is when you just waste your time.
Yeah.
When you can't figure out a way to be productive with that time that you're in the car.
But if you're behind the wheel, right? You can't do any of that stuff that you're saying that
you can
do.
listen.
But you can listen. Yes,
you can listen.
Absolutely.
You can listen. And that's really the thing for me, is that I listen, because I'll just put headphones on and I'll put my head back and I'll just chill and listen to a couple of lectures or whatever I can find. Like just use that time. That time isn't wasted. That time is a gift where nobody can bother you.
Are you still into carpentry?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Could you please start making wooden penis bottle openers just to gift Dan, Maury, Dan, and Matthew every year? Yeah. Like different sizes, different colors, right?
You know what's funny is I would love it, because if my mother, Maury, ever went to your house, right? Because this is the kind of woman she is when it comes to gifts. If my mother ever went to your house and saw that you had a penis-shaped bottle opener, next year for Christmas, you would have a penis-shaped towel rack. You would have penis-shaped coasters. You would have everything.
Don't say penis candles. I already have those.
That's the kind of woman my mom is. Like, if she finds out you're interested in one thing, look out, man. Everything you get for a gift after that is going to be tied around that one thing. I kid you not.
All right, there you go. Every week on Instagram at Kiss925, you'll see us post Ask Roz Mocha. That is where you ask your question, and we'll try our best to answer as many of them as we can and get one of you to ask your question to us on the phone.
Thanks for listening to the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Powered by Air Transat. Catch the guys live
Weekday mornings from 6 to 10.
on Kiss 92.5
Kiss925.com.
or download the Kiss 92.5 app.